1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, rock. 5, 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. It really doesn't work in an English accent. 9, 10, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, rock. We're going to rock around the clock tonight. I got melody. Don't come at me. Hello, everybody. Welcome. This is the Sliggy waiting room while we all sit around and wait for the Pacific Coast stream tonight. That's in 3.5 hours. So I'm going to catch up with the Pacific games. I'm not going to watch them live. I could, but it would ruin my sleep schedule. Yeah, and my wife is in the same room, so I don't want to do that. So instead, I'm going to catch up. Now, I already watched Haven off stream and did it this morning when I didn't really have time to stream. So I'm halfway through Bind. I thought, hey, rather than doing this off stream, might as well launch a stream and then we can go and review the Talon game together, which I definitely wanted to watch on stream. I wanted to get proper reactions to the madness happening in the Talon sequence. But as a gentle warm-up, we'll watch the rest of this. Hello, everybody. How are you doing? Why do I... Oh, yeah, there we go. This game sucked. Yeah, map 1 did absolutely suck. Except Genji looked good on Haven. That's cool. I'm getting excited again about Genji and watching them big games. So far, their bind has been pretty default, but they're very exploitative on the defense side. And the attack side, too, actually. All right, let's keep
drawing
watching.
out delay Util from Genji.
Yeah, RRQ did shit the bed a little
less
bit.
Options.
Only more was choking, I think.
In the first 6 rounds.
Seen a lot of rounds from him,
will
especially on
have to
Haven, where he choked.
It's already down to the minute mark. Already so much
Missed a lockdown with his overall, beefed a couple of important clutch rounds.
Everything is still there. Trailblazer as well from Genji.
They've got some cool utility with this composition, but it's bonkers.
Is gonna go up. Can't land the shot.
Oh, that's so funny.
Just traces him as he comes through.
Oh, and Meteor finds the perfect timing off the back of the... This feels extremely loud, by the way. I don't know what the balance is. We get this to 50. I guess maybe that... Is it balanced properly, though? It sounds super loud to me.
As he hides the cam to try to spot. Spent, you still have a showstopper, you have a pit, you have a sneak bite, you have land the shots. Meteor just traces him as he comes through. Meteor,
yeah, I mean, Moniet's trying to get super deep there, expecting that he's going to be able to catch a player running out of lamps, or catch Munchkin as he's pitting, so...
Not quite finding him.
Yeah, he just ends up flying into the player with his gun out. And then Estrella gives the best timing possible for Meteor with his teleport.
He's gonna deny it. It's just Genji against Aces today.
I'll turn it down to 25%. Maybe that'll be a bit better.
Stay alive. 20 seconds. Barrier mesh,
maybe 20%.
Just to trap himself in,
but yeah, this round's a GG. On to the next one. The only more has ult to work with. Texture with his. Oh, they are going with Texture's ult. Kind of amazing there that Jemkin didn't die. He took 100 damage, but Karen gets caught. Karen was having an absolute blinder of a map 1 as well. They wanted to fight that. Really, the big difference there was that Jemkin got a flash off onto Texture, and Texture didn't find value with the showstopper.
Sure, you have the creds.
Bit of a weird round where it's a bit over right off the beginning. The Jubenai, thanks for the 71 months.
Late night egg.
Yeah, what's up? Sphinx number 9, thanks for the 19 as well.
Munchkin stayed back, seeing if he could get a cheeky extra ult orb.
I'm going to skip the rest of this
If Zen wasn't supposed to flank, they would have given him footsteps.
Hello, Mr. Egg, how goes it?
Goes pretty well. I just went to the gym with Bren. He was teaching me how to various exercises. And Alice was teaching me how to stretch, and she broke my poor body. My poor innocent body. Getting ruined. I'm not going to stay up fully till Pacific, but I'm going to stay up till around about that time just to do. So same kind of flash off the beginning from Jemkin, pushing away anybody that wants to fight aggressive over very short. Getting caught by the same grav net that they've thrown almost every time. And yet getting caught trying to go aggressive. You can see what they're trying to do with the pinch through the lamps. The trade though onto Munchkin is nice. Oh, sorry, the trade onto Texture. You can see what RRQ are going for. The execution is just really off.
Sure, you have the wall up, but you're trapped right now.
Gen G not getting pressured
Setting
badly.
up the sonic sensors. Barrier mesh broken nice and early.
No punish on the break of the barrier mesh, so kind of pointless to even be throwing it. Are the stuns going to find value here? Karen's inside one of them, breaks it. Karen's so good. Nice from Elmimore though. He was whiffing a bunch of rounds earlier on. Good clutch. They knocked Gen G's economy. Yeah, my next VOD will be the first time seeing Primy. I've watched him play in ranked. I haven't ever watched him in a pro game. There's literally been no pro games of Primy ever broadcast before. So I watched 2 of his ranked VODs that were up on YouTube, and I watched a few highlights. To me, he looked like something in terms of his playstyle, but with more of like a Demon 1 aim style. Tappy, very clean aim. Very clean. Yeah, I'm going to watch Talon texture after this game. Yes. This is just a warm-up. He moves boosh.
Can't be looking at the long run right now. It's going to be a stack. Xfero's in for a rude surprise. It's too many. He doubled.
Brutal for Xfero.
Oh my goodness, he double guessed.
Munchkin doesn't have a judge or anything in hookah, so he's not really going to be that dangerous with the sheriff. I wouldn't imagine. Especially when Jim King clears him.
It's too many people. Munchkin getting chased down.
Getting caught in his own vital wall there.
They're trying to hold on.
Nice net. That's a good net from Elmimore.
Just to secure the site.
Stops the flood from coming through.
On the side of Gen G.
Good wall as well.
Outside of the smoke as well, so there's still time.
I think Team Secret trolled the map veto, picking Abyss. Yeah. It's a wildcard pick, for sure.
Just pulling time, buying time as much as
but
possible.
Losing on... The thing is, you have no idea, really. Even if you've been dominating in scrims, you don't really know how good you are compared to the other. Nobody knows. That's why it's going to be such a bonkers map to watch.
Watching from the off angles, you got Monyet walking down the perfect line.
Texture.
Final round. Good opportunity for both teams to try to end on a high note. Doesn't make too much difference whether this ends 6-6 or 7-5.
And RQ's here to punish for it. The grab net's coming down. The
Alt. Oh my god. Okay, Texture tried to dodge it with a blast pack, but he missed. Why did they greed the ult?
If wasn't supposed to flank, they would have given him footsteps.
They break cam,
Good
and that
evening,
makes it
Egg.
feel like it's
When are you
just a
casting
Cypher
next?
playing. Paint Chips, thanks for the 10 months. The next cast that I do is of Lev Furia, which is a completely useless game. Like, Lev are locked into the first seed, Furia are locked into the... Whatever seed they are, they're locked in anyway. They literally can't move. So, it's a completely pointless game, so we're going to have some fun with it.
And RQ's here to punish for it. The grab net's coming down. The showstopper.
Yeah, this is a little greedy from Gen G, but at the same time, when the cam gets thrown out by Xfero over towards B long, and Texture breaks it, they're double holding, it feels like it's only the Cypher on this side of the map. It feels like an A-leaning default. So I can understand why he greeds for the ult orb there. He gets punished super hard, so nice setup on that from RRQ. So they get the opening pick. They're going to look to re-clear by the look of things. Flash doesn't catch anything. Oh, it does. They spam through. Oh no, that wasn't a spam through. That was a killing hookah.
Wasn't supposed to flank.
Sushi Lisa, thank you for the 37 months.
Texture should break me next, please.
Whoa.
A little bit more tricky now. They don't quite have to die.
Calm down on the horny, thank you. Thanks for the 37 months. Cam points for Lev are important.
He's gonna go the triple, but he's not gonna get checked. It's just a full fake still. RQ's doing everything they can to make sure Gen G rotates, and Gen G still have Lakia over by B in a position with the toxic screen to shut.
I don't think they are, because if Sentinels win, then they're locked in anyway, no matter if Lev win or lose.
The shrouded step. He's waiting for the next jump in. There's a flash coming in. Estrella barely jiggles out in time. Sight's still in control for
Bit off topic, but what do you think of Gen G's Sunset comp, the Chaos Over? It's a great comp. It's the one that Heretics run. It's not a comp problem. They could try playing something different. I would have no problem with that if they wanted to play like Gecko Breach or that kind of thing. But Yeah, I know that they haven't been having too much success on that map. I would put it down mainly to the fact that the games haven't mattered as much for them in terms of like it's not a Masters tournament, it's not that kind of thing. I think they'll end up coming out with a oh my god. I think they'll end up coming out with a really good Sunset when it matters. What could be wrong with that? Oh yeah, the Jet. You're right, actually. The Jet is not good. They should just be running texture on Raze if he doesn't want to play the Neon. But, yeah, I don't know why they play Jet on that map. It's not good.
Looking at the composition, I think you would have wanted a couple more rounds on
the Chaos Overcomb, aside from that, is just super standard, super.
They're working with zero information gathering.
No, I'm not going to watch Paper X Gen G live today. It's too late for me.
Defense. It's going to be tough to try to go for early rotates as RRQ. You have to push out and get fights.
Alright, texture falls early on in the pistol round. Good start for RRQ.
The first contact makes things a little simpler.
Monyet goes for the crazy wide swing, destroys Munchkin. Now this is a very difficult round for Gen G to win.
Here on the B side. Trapped. And Gen G now rotating, trying to re-clear. Still a lot of time on the clock.
I dropped a pheasant hunting reference in the cast today. Bren immediately called me out as being a Tory. Definitely the most Tory reference I've made. Broadcast.
Got the rest of the squad kind of rotating over as well. There's a bit of a potential for.
Did I download Worms? Honestly, Urkel, I forgot.
No info though. He just drew out the paranoia. So
okay, end of this stream. I'm downloading Worms.
Send the high guiding line just to get in and find the opening. There's one
no shot for being able to trick. I think Vitality are the better team, Rusi, at the moment, but I think KC are going to make champs because they have more champs point. I don't think Vitality are going to make top 3.
Still a bit of a potential for them.
Crew 1, Crew C9, Crew 1.
Fires off the opening shot, trying to funnel them.
The scoreline looks kind of close, but honestly, Crew were in control the entire time. Their players looked way better.
It's going to be a little bit tougher for the Pistols to break it. Gen G just retrieving their ult.
Making ping line of sight only, I think, would be kind of shit. It would fix that meta a little bit, but I think it would be a quality of life decrease for ranked. Don't think it's worth it.
Through showers, and on pistols, it's going to take a while. So he'll say, you know what, you take the old.
Cloud9 only had one win the entire season that wasn't against a winless team, and it was their 12-5 comeback against NRG.
I'll take the timer. We'll take
absolute
the better
giga fraudulent
here for the round on the defense.
Or mega fraudulent team.
Still a minute left though. So now, having to cycle those smokes. Only one left for Estrella before the cooldowns. Ravnat at the ready. It's going to be a simultaneous pinch. The guiding light lets them know that the hit is here. Creeping all the way through. Snakebite keeping RQ at bay. And RQ, they can't stay alive. Elmimore completely.
How is Elmimore dying to that?
Gen G fishes him out. Xfero's here for the trade.
The deadlock stuns are really finding no value as well, because RRQ aren't applying enough pressure that Gen G forget about them. Gen G are just walking up, spotting them, breaking them. Please tell me that RRQ convert this round, despite being down a play. It doesn't look like they're gonna, though, does it? Using your smoke, not for the spike, though. Oh, and Meteor's owning with the Vandal he picked up. They found one, yeah. It's over. Tragedy for RRQ. Tragedy.
And big momentum picked up now, and it all starts with the way that they really
100 Thieves could overtake Lev in champs points if Lev lose and 100 Thieves. In what scenario does that matter? That matters if... So at the moment, 100 Thieves have no protection if Lev bomb out of playoffs. That would give them protection if Lev bomb out of playoffs.
in their hands with that barrier mesh inside of showers, with the way that they were set
In
up
order
with
for that to
Batman.
actually
But as soon
matter,
as Gen.G
Lev
does
would
their
have
due
to
diligence
lose
clear
loot
out these
in
little
the
corners, right, paint shells
and then
into
it
the
would be
sky
beneficial
smoke,
for 100 Thieves
the way
if
that they managed to
Sen
sneak meteor into the corner of lamps.
win.
They picked up that rifle, they started firing off
took-
their shots, they landed everything snappy, good, sharp, and
Is it even possible though for 100 Thieves? Wait, if Lev win and 100 Thieves win. If 100 Thieves beat Loud, wait, who won today? Crew won 2-0. 100 Thieves win. Put this down. If Crew win, Thieves are either in 5th or it's completely undecided, depending on whether G2 or Sentinels. So if 100 Thieves win, they would be... If 100 Thieves win and G2 win, 100 Thieves would be in 5th, and they would be on the same side of the bracket as Leviathan, so it's impossible for that to matter. So if if Lev win tomorrow, if Lev lose tomorrow, 100 Thieves win, they need Sentinels to win for the champs point to matter. Yeah, to be honest, I'm still sticking with the narrative that it doesn't make it. It's also like, it could possibly matter in some situation. I mean, Lev are gonna try, but it's essentially a pointless game.
You just want whatever advantage you can have, but I mean, as soon as you hear those shots, I imagine you just
even in some situations where Lev lose, though, they lose 200 Thieves.
The
playoffs.
Too much of a snowball, I guess, with even the ult economy, but now you've given even a bigger one. It's an avalanche.
Yeah, the champs point system is complicated and doesn't really accomplish what
no damage done to their economy.
it kind of does in EMEA, where it's rewarding the consistency of Karmine Core, but even when it does it, it kind of feels bad. You know, like if Karmine Core make it to champions, whilst not being a very good team at the moment, it feels...
So he knows. I mean, he's 2 points away. This is what
it feels
RQ's
bad.
scared of.
Like that team is almost destined to flop at champs compared to a team that's playing well right now. It's the opposite of LCQ, where it rewards consistency instead of form, but I fear that that will just make things even worse in terms of champs itself.
So you're not losing much, because the Econ Snowball has already
I don't know,
begun for
Sliggy now.
Gen.G.
I guess we'll think about it at the end of the process.
beneficial to Gen.G right now.
Yeah, I don't think there's a good fourth EMEA team, but I think Vitality would be the best.
108 from his RQ. Aggressive one weight down B main, but that's all the control they get for now. Again, no initiator.
Yeah, Gen.G could have lost champs if they...
push out even further, even on a timing. It's going to be the sneak bite.
If they lost this game and Paper X lost both of their games. It wasn't just Gen.G lose this game, they're out. But yeah, it is still bonkers that that's the case.
He doesn't know how many people are here. Again, no info on the side of RQ. I mean, sure, there's no...
Yeah, if champ points are tied, it goes head-to-head over the course of the whole year. It's not just head-to-head in the regular season, it's all year head-to-head.
Kind of rotations over from Jemkin once they start to snuff out that it's a bit of a fake. But is it going to be enough numbers to put up a wall between them and Gen.G?
Meteor's so difficult to put out of this position. You have to force the fight into it. Whoa, look at that from Texture. Whiplash backwards, destroyed by the showstopper. RQ are holding on fairly well here, though. Yeah, they're not doing too bad here. 2v3. Meteor and Karen are going to have to dig themselves out of this spot. A free plant, though. Feels like a bit of a mistake for RRQ to be hunkering down in lamps instead of trying to pressure. Just giving Gen.G such a free situation. What's to come from RRQ? Batshit, that's what it is. Double Sentinel, double Duelist, one smokes, no initiated comp. Karen with a 1v2. His movement is so good. He knows where the Brim is. Sorry, he knows where the Omen is, but he doesn't want to swing. He has to give half here. Estrella should have been able to win that. It's just that Karen's better.
If Zen wasn't supposed to flank,
Yerpy, thank you for the
they would
22
have
months.
given him footsteps.
tucked away
This
in the
egg
side,
really getting me
managed
to
control
resubscribe every
it.
4 months. BC Bren
Fakes,
isn't streaming.
Everything. Gen G's controlling the pace of the game.
It's tough to keep up a regular streaming schedule. The road.
RQ, you chose this comp. You have
Ben's
to
eating
commit
dinner
to it.
right now. He
And
just
now
went to
they
the gym.
are. They're trying to just get the fights they want, but Gen G's ready for it. The weapon of
RQ
advantage,
trying to
too.
force something.
Go
I'm just
for
going to
a
skip
hill.
the rest of this. 5v3 this.
More not able to catch the It was at
Is this just the
the
meta now?
8th
Find a
round
crazy
win,
wonder
but
kid from
here,
ranked or
now
people who are
at
crazy in
7,
tier 12
RQ
Valorant.
stopped in their tracks.
I mean,
momentum
certainly
built up back from
prioritizing
this.
upcoming talent and then having a good system around them that's always been a good
You don't
thing.
know
Like, that's how, if you look at some of the best players in the game,
oftentimes
this is not something new, by the way, like Primy and Karen. Alpha Year came kind of out of nowhere. Less came out of pretty much nowhere. Aspas was a ranked before he had success at the tier. These players did not have a storied past and come up and grind and work on like some lower level tier 1 teams and then build their way up to the top. People like Cowanzine did. It's Cowanzine's story, but actually, a lot of the people who have like meteoric rises to the top, if nobody's before they got picked up by somebody recognize their talent. I mean, someone like Textures really put in the grind. I suppose Meteor as well by getting onto. It's not like every good player just came out of nowhere. Tons of them.
hey,
That certainly does
Did
not
you see
bode too well
Papacom's
for
tweet
RQ,
about how the
keeping
last
in mind
minute
that
sub
this
seems like
is
it should
the
be
knockout
against the
rounds.
rules?
Gen G now in the
It was
lead,
last
having
season.
taken down
Last
Haven,
season they had a roster
which
lock,
was RQ's map pick.
but
This buy means
they do have a
everything
roster lock
for
for
RQ.
champs.
They've got the
but
offense to make it work.
I can't remember exactly
Just
when
trying
it
to set
was.
up
It's
for
very
some
late. Like, this
rotations.
season
Gen
is
G,
really
they don't
flexible
have
with
all that
kind
much
of.
information.
it's just a kill.
I understand Papacom's perspective because that's how it works in traditional sports as well, but frankly, I'm all for more flexibility. More flexibility allows more upwards movement of tier 2 players. I think it would be a worse thing if Primy was. I think it's cool.
Trip that they're relying on. And then the cam as well. Here comes the paint shows. Xfero, you got to get out of there. He's not going to be able to. The call comes in too late.
I don't think running
And
2Es on
RQ,
Duelist would have
the
helped that.
setup dismantled
I know
by
that that's
a
not the
single
popular
grenade
take,
thrown
but
out from Raze.
I really think that there were a lot of
Now a
issues with
four-man
that
retake.
team,
You have the dimensional drift,
and I don't.
but the secrets
It might
come
have looked a
out.
bit better,
Time bomb
but
was gonna
I
strike.
don't think it would have
Slams through. He finds
won
a gap.
them
Now's the opening for
more
Jenkins,
games and
trying
got them
get
to
information. He's
playoffs and
scouting out
made
the
them a
texture.
like
He's
champs
dancing.
contender.
He's dancing as much as he can, trying to buy time. Estrella going around on the flank. Monyet finds a kill as well, and that's
Quite a
when
good
the
round from
timing
RQ.
comes
Good
in.
pressure off the back of the Yoru ultimate. Genji
on
got
top.
crumpled by that.
A little bit of that adjustment. Now, looking like
Whoa,
it's gonna be
that's
a fast
fast.
push out for Monyet.
Trying to get off the
With
back of the
just a
flash,
singular
but Lakia
flash.
plays anti-flash.
And Monyet, I mean, there's no
And
one there
picks
to
him
trade
off.
for him.
Very good discipline from Gen G, not getting
Sure,
caught by
with the
set plays
flash,
like that.
he
I'm
should
sure
have hit
that
that
works
first
against
shot,
worse
but either
teams
way,
that just
now
get
it's
caught
numbers
out by the
advantage.
flash.
And
Pretty
RQ is
difficult
trying
to
make sure that
recognize a
they maintain
Yoru
any control of
flash
showers
in that
after
kind of
the mid-2 here
situation
to
when you
re-clear.
don't against it very
Waiting
often.
for
But
any Yuta, waiting for
good
the
discipline
peek
from Gen G.
Elmibor.
No escape.
But it's going to be the
An attempt
Trailblazer
to
first.
punish
Util trade for Util trade
this
the cam to allow Gen G.
Ravnet.
There's a guiding light. The
There's
anti
another
and the
flash,
counter
and
flash,
Gen G are just ready for it,
Gen
immediately
G
turn it. Like, they're just too
split
good.
apart.
They're too good to fall with this kind of stuff.
And RQ
Player
bleeding
diff.
out members on the A side.
Estrella still thinking about rotating through or not. Jemkin
I don't know why my
and
mic
Sparrow
keeps cutting in
just
and out.
trying their darndest to stay on the site.
I might have too
Denies
aggressive of
fight,
a
able to buy
filter on it.
time, but the incendiary burns and barbecues him alive.
I've got a noise gate on it. I've turned
It's
it
all
off now.
down to Jemkin. Estrella has
So you're gonna be able to
finally
hear, like,
arrived
a bit
on
of,
the site, but
background noise,
everything's
but
smoked off.
my mic
Can't
shouldn't cut
see
out at any
a
point.
single line. Gen G marking out their individual half of the site.
Deja vu from Haven. RQ, they get stopped at 7, barely climb back into an 8, but
Everything left is for
looking like they're
seeding
not
at
gonna have to
champs.
chain it together just yet again. And with their teammates
With the way that
on
APAC
low
played out.
creds, RQ is going to look to save time, not on their side. Texture only 3 points away from his ultimate. He's going to go on the hunt with
I know that that's
the
weird,
extra
but I actually
credits.
think that that's the
How
best
close
case
he can get to
scenario.
that showstopper.
Because if you
Jemkin, he needs to hit the shot.
if
He
everything's
will, but
not
Texture again. Still gets an
if the
Uldor
teams are
off that.
fighting to figure out
some
who makes it
value
to champs
found.
by the time you get to the top 4, all that means is there's one team in the top 4 who is probably the 4th best team who's not going to make it to champs, and a worse team is going to make it. So like in EMEA, where we're expecting it to be the top 4, is Heretics, Foot, Fnatic, Vitality. That's your top 4. What you're saying is that's exciting because they're actually fighting for a slot. But what that actually means is Karmine Corp have got a guaranteed spot, even though they're not as good as the teams that are fighting. So I actually think Apex, maybe the format itself is flawed, sure, but Apex results are not so much boring as just like the best case scenario in terms of getting the best teams there and feeling like it's a just format.
Just been used.
However, we are verily veering towards map and potentially series point once again. Like you mentioned, Will, this is that same and similar story.
Yeah, I agree. I think America's playoffs will end up the same.
Haven, RQ trying to stay alive. Yes, Jemkin found a single kill towards the back of the end, but still, that was a round headed over on towards Gen G.
The year overall, Karmine Corp have been better than Vitality.
With the operator, hopefully trying to play a little
I mean,
safer to
yes, but not for a large amount of the year. Karmine Corp haven't been very good during stage 1 or 2.
It's going to be a bit of a bulldozer.
Vitality have been about as good as Karmine Corp during the regular season, so it's only kickoff where Karmine Corp have been better. It wasn't like Karmine Corp played well at Madrid. So it's like one tournament at the beginning of the year where Karmine Corp looked a lot better.
Instead of the Euros, so Jemkin
yes, you're correct,
trying to just
but
backup,
it's not a large difference.
Find the operator over in showers. Gen G looking.
They were way better at kickoff. Listen, I've got absolutely no argument with you there, but that's the only time of the year they were way better than Vitality. They get rewarded for that, but they might, you could argue, get outsized rewarded for it.
He'll keep the site for tied up. Xfero finally clears it, but the site already given up. Bonyet, good repositioning, trying to delay with the paint shells.
Split 1 was better, but was it way better than Vitality? It was better, but
Genji still trying to
KC were not playing amazingly.
Karen thinking about the orbital strike, the fake out, not really bought.
And Vitality are playing way better than KC right now. So I think it evens out in the wash throughout the regular season.
RQ is everything trained and covered, but what is this?
Genji players are just way better.
A bit of a double kill. Karen here to back him up as well. The spike has gone down. It's a 1-on-2 for Xfero.
The layers from Gen G, down in numbers.
Will he actually be a free agent, though, after this year? Or are Karmine Corp going to try to extend him before he even becomes a free agent?
The linchpin was going to be Munchkin, and Karon will be the one to wrap it up.
I don't know how stuff like that works. Like, I don't know if you can put a right of first refusal in for, like, you know, the first week of them becoming a free agent or something. Or if they'll try to negotiate a contract extension the week before he becomes a free agent or something. If I was Narrate, though, I'd see what was on the market. Unless he really, really enjoyed playing with Karmine Corp this year. To be honest, I don't know why he wouldn't have enjoyed playing with KC. They got him to or he got them to, depending on how you want to frame it, to an international event, and he's working with a really good coaching staff. So it's a good place to continue to develop his game. Alright, this is the play that they were trying to go for Gen G in a previous round. Gen G going for the reaction up B long, but they're running into the double sentinel setup, so this looks horrendous.
And now even from the shadows, so RQ
hey, Segamas.
cancels it, hoping that that's the call for Gen G to rotate.
I mean, he was talking to North American organizations before he joined Karmine Corp, right? He was going to join NRG,
yet,
or he was trialing for NRG or something.
Keeping in mind, Elmimore does have the Annihilation.
I think it would be a bit of a mistake, though, for him to look for the bag, even though he's a really good player. I think he should be looking for wins, like a winning roster. Because I think Narrate's talented enough that he could be on like a pretty sick roster. Whether Karmine Corp are going to make that, or whether someone else does. What do you think of Primy? I'm about to watch that game. I'll tell you in a second. Well, I'll tell you in an hour or two once I finish watching. If NRG rebuilds, they could be a winning roster. Right, but I mean, if anyone rebuilds, they can be a winning roster. There's nothing special about NRG if they're going to rebuild fully. NRG have pieces already? Oh, absolutely. Quite a lot of teams, though, have pieces that you could rebuild around and make a winning roster. Depends what their ability to attract other talent is like. Is Gen G the only team with an expectation to place high or win champs? No, I would say that Heretics also have that expectation. I think Genji and Heretics are expected to do well at Champions.
Well held by Estrella, who has been
is there another team that are expected to place really highly?
Do it for like about 3 more rounds just to push RQ into overtime against Genji.
Possibly G2, but I don't think it's as strong an expectation as Heretics and Genji. Sen? I don't think that's true, really. I know that they won in Madrid, but I don't think it would be fair to say they are expected to make top 3 at Champs. I certainly don't have that expectation of them. Do I think it's possible? Yeah, absolutely. But like, I would be surprised if Heretics and Genji didn't make at least top 4. And I can't say the same about Sentinels.
Slowly doubling back into her showers. Jemkin going in for the pinch play against Munchkin now. A bit of a trade happens on the other side of the map.
Omimore's trying to creep forward. He's trying to just be the hero that holds on. He's trying to anchor onto the site, the grab net just to buy time. And he'll say, I'm not going to take these chances.
This is a bit of a bastard of a comp to get through on the defense side, on the attack side.
To buy further time for the backup. Now 2, now 3 members, but down back to 2 as Estrella tries to.
You see that Genji are struggling here a little bit to be able to get through what RRQ have got.
One more round needed, but I mean, this is.
They want the seat. They want to get back in.
No, I haven't done the Team Secret Talon review yet. I'm going into that. RRQ picked attack for some reason. I mean, some teams like playing on their non-favored side first because they know that they can run it back no matter what. So it's like a mental thing. They're like, they start out and they're like, okay, guys, we only need like 3 or something. Just like, let's try to win as many rounds as possible. We know that whatever it is, we still have faith in ourselves to be able to run it back. Teams have different preferences for that kind of stuff. To be honest, I don't think there's very much difference whether you start on your favorite side or not. I think a lot of it is just psychological. What the fuck is Lakia up to? Sometimes Lakia's movement looks really poor. Oh, don't tell me Genji are winning this one. That kill on Estrella's ridiculous. There's a trap here that they have to deal with. Trap goes off. And Xfero gets both of them. Okay, yeah, Genji are really struggling with this. Genji using almost back-to-back timeouts. They used a timeout, I think, like 3 rounds ago, 2 rounds ago. Now they've used another one. Will head-to-head affect seeding for playoffs, or is it only based on map differential? No, head-to-head will affect the seeding. Head-to-head is the first tiebreaker. It goes head-to-head, then map differential, then round differential.
Genji spread out a little bit thin for the time being, letting them expend their utility. The fake-out does not spot anything.
Yeah, no reaction, but more than anything, they're trying to make sure that they have to use util to try to get into hookah. Just put that pressure.
People thought FlyQuest could buy EG spot, even though that's not how it works. Yeah, but people thought that because reportedly that is what EG offered. Like EG genuinely tried to sell the spot to FlyQuest, and then Riot had to tell them, nah, fuck off. You're not allowed to sell the spot. So people are not just making that up. But yeah, you got it correct. They're not allowed to do that. It's on Riot. But it depends what the length of time is in the TPA as to when EG can bail. Sorry? How is Elmamore dying to that? I guess he's only 18 HP. And it's inside a smoke. He just walks into the smoke and dies. Tragedy for Elmamore. They don't go back and clear this, and they don't go and take elbow control. Not a big fan of this reaction from Genji. If you lose hookah control to a player teleporting, normally teams are going to have some level of protocol to go and like fight elbow or something like that, and instead Genji have backed 2 players off towards Octagon. I don't have a problem with this necessarily, but they're losing space around the map. They don't control CT, they don't control elbow, they don't control hookah, and they don't have post-plant utility. No Brim Molly. So this is not positionally good for Genji. But, oh my god, Meteor's just made the play. He just walked into the smoke at CT. Look at this. Meteor's just won the round for them, I think. Pulling people off. Oh shit, I didn't realize he had orbital strike. I'm trolling. I thought they didn't have post-plant util. Okay, that makes way more sense why they dropped offside. I was looking at the molly.
season of RRQ.
Okay. A little boring end to that. Haven was more interesting, must be said. Let's have a look at Primy, shall we? Here we go. All right, so first of all, I just want to set expectations from what I know so far. So I've watched a couple of ranked games of Primy. I've looked at his highlight reel as well. And I took a look at the stats page when I woke up this morning. And I saw that on both of the maps, Primy's stats are bonkers. I mean, look at this. He's got 280 ACS with a high rating as well, which means that most of these kills were not eco kills. That's the main thing that rating is going to tell you, whether or not they're just eco farming. And again, 1.22 rating, 330 ACS. He's got the highest deaths though by a long shot on both maps. If you rank it by deaths, 21 deaths compared to an average of somewhere around like 15. And even compared to the team that lost, he's way higher deaths. 21 deaths again here. So that's what I'm going to be paying attention to mostly, is how much value is he getting versus throwing his life away in these kind of situations. And yeah, just enjoying seeing him, because it's fucking cool that they've just dragged somebody out of ranked and he's fucking, apparently, according to the stats, I haven't watched the game yet, but he's like blowing people away, and he's won one single elimination game and he's going to champs. Holy shit.
Duelists at the same time. Right, Governor back onto this raise. Jeremy still on the Neon, and although the last time that they played this against Gen G,
all right, let's have a look.
Didn't have what they do about this question.
All right, so first of all, let's take a look at the compositions, because the comps are obviously going to have changed with Primy in. So Primy's playing Clove. Primy plays tons of Clove in ranked as well. They're playing Clove, Omen, Deadlock, Fade. Bonkers. Last time I was watching Talon on this map, they were playing like Neon double duelist aggressive composition. Maybe they've played this composition before, but not that I've watched of them, so don't know. So how are we expecting this comp to play on the defense side? Frankly, I have no idea. They're missing a lot of information because they don't have a Killjoy or a Cypher. So I would imagine that they're going to be playing aggressively over towards like C, and then they're going to be rotating away and leaving walls behind them, so that Team Secret can't get in behind them. Team Secret, I don't like this comp that they're running, by the way. I've seen them run this comp before. I think it's pretty troll. I didn't think that Team Secret looked very good here. I think this is a great map select from Talon as well to take Team Secret to Lotus. The Sova Sky is just not a good enough double initiator combo to justify running double initiator on this map.
Still, so, if they've truly been tested, have we really seen the limits of Team Secret, or do they have more in the bank? We're about to find out. Talon pushes out.
Let me just focus on this game at the moment. I'll answer some of the America's questions later on.
So it's a quick reset on their default.
All right, so taking a little bit of C information. Not leaving any wall behind or anything over towards C. So just leaving ban in that kind of area. Being very active. Clearing out C at the beginning of the round. Now looking to clear out B. Looks like they're going to break the trip. Jesse Vash should be thinking about a potential push through B there, but he had knife out.
From Talon, though, confirming that no one's up around.
Open door, recon coming through. Definitely looks like an A hit, though they could, of course, be pivoting through the B door.
Yeah, two smokes. Once again, the double controllers really finding their value for Talon.
Everyone on Talon is here. They're 5 stacked over towards here. Does Team Secret get the read? Do they think about pivoting? They know the fade is here. They just go for it. All right, that's fantastic from Jeremy. Lovely stuff. How did they lose this pistol round? Didn't they lose every pistol? There's no shot they're losing this pistol round, man. So there's the Clove smoke. They hear the drop. Are they going to swing through based off this? Oh, they do swing through, but Primy's ready for it, and he deletes Jeremy. Massive value already in this round from Primy. Lovely aim as well to take out Jesse Bash. 24 health. Oh my god. Okay, well that is just, yeah, that's absolutely goated value from your player with incredible aim on the pistol round. The Team Secret setup got rolled by the smoke. Jeremy's sliding late, and he's sliding into Primy. Look here. That's really late from Jeremy. The fact that Primy has enough time to grab the heal and turn That's not even that impressive from Primy. You know, that's just like bad timing from Team Secret. The entire round is impressive from Primy, but I thought it was more of like a quick flick. It wasn't. He was leisurely about it. He had tons of time. Great opening from Primy, though. Really good value.
It's down to him and his opponent.
Recon gets tossed out. The Sky Sova comp does apply a lot of pressure to people trying to play C aggressively, because you're getting hit by Flash Recon at the very start of the round. But it doesn't have very good rubble control. He had Shield and Ghost all pistol rounds. Wait, did he have Shield and Ghost at the beginning of the round? Oh my god. I didn't catch that. They raid bossed him. That's so funny. Is the bug there still with Clove?
there to trade as well. It's a great execution.
Primy has heal, right? Not metal.
The heals come back up. And so it's going to be Team Secret keeping everybody alive for the spike plan.
Just look at Primy's POV again. Yeah, okay, so they've still got the Clove bug. It says that Primy has metal, but actually he has pick me up. I thought they'd fix that, but apparently not. Alright, anyway.
Out towards C, and then opening up the revolving doors.
Yeah, I mean, against an eco, this barrier mesh, very painful. They've taken away one side of it, so that
he entered the heal for 3 HP. Yeah, but Team Secret's trade was too slow to punish, so doesn't matter.
They don't want to sneak in. GrabNet at the ready, but doesn't find an opening with that blind coming in. Ban holding an angle, doesn't find the kill. There is the
Tuge is aggressive there. Primy gets one, goes for the swing. Great shots from Jeremy. Caught in the GravNet. Hitting shots.
Still held with the GrabNet, eventually finally gets traded through the wall.
With that now, they might be able to take down.
Oh, you're not whiffing that, Jesse. No, no, no. That could have been the round. That could have been the round. What a game changer that could have been. If Jesse had hit that shot on Governor, picked up an Outlaw, they're in a 2v2 scenario.
Quite a bit
chances.
here, so they will trade out. Got some kill, losing the round on something like this.
But I don't think that was a Primy overheat, the death there. Those are like standard angles that you want to be fighting if you're trying to apply pressure to the team that's entering on C. So far, so good from Primy.
I mean, Talon's no stranger to using reses.
So stun over towards C. They're looking to try to fight. Jeremy kills Governor. Jeremy kills Cruz. Jeremy popping. Jeremy looks good. And the punish onto Jib Boys. This round is dunzo. Absolutely dunzo.
Yeah, Hail Mary here from Talon, trying to make sure that
Talon's composition should be better in Rubble fights. They have C's nade combos. They have a Haunt follower. They don't... Well, I mean, they could be throwing the Paranoia in there as well. And they also have metal that they could be throwing too, towards like the back of Rubble. I think it should be able to overpower what Team Secret have got going on.
He's just fishing for kills right now. Well, if he can pick up a weapon, that's not bad. Sets him up for a
but this round,
bit more
Jeremy
success. If you
spanked
eventually
him.
don't find him, maybe you just walk out with the Vandal. He's got some options.
Doesn't Clove artificially inflate death numbers because you can still be getting value just by dying? The times that you want to play mega aggro and like, you know, force fights and kind of feed a bit on Clove, they're actually pretty small. Unless you have your ult up, the moments that you're going for that are pretty minimal. But yes, it is going to inherently have more deaths than some other agents. I think that one of the big flaws of people that play Clove a lot is that they play it like a Rainer. And they end up playing on the defense side on silly angles that they're never going to be able to get value from. But speaking of which, Primy with the ult up in this round. Alright, so what are we looking at here? We're looking at a siege towards the back, but not comboed with a... sorry, a nade toward the back, but not comboed with the C's. Got a Haunt coming up over the top. Jeremy gets caught by a Paranoia. Tuge owns him. Yeah, they're getting spanked here. So they're throwing a smoke for Governor to play inside of, but they're not really being able to fight aggressively. If you look at where Primy and Cruz are, they're very tucked. They're not really trying to control the angles and push Team Secret. Jip Boys is facing, Governor's inside a smoke, and the other two are kind of baiting, although now they're trying to swing back a bit more aggressively. But I think Primy's kind of baiting his team here. maybe that's a bit of... it feels like a round where Primy should be fighting really aggro. Yeah, I think this is a bit of a bait round from Primy. I think when you're taking a rubble fight like that, and you've got your duelist deep inside a smoke, and you've got Jip Boys opening the door, trying to fight, I think that's when you and Cruz need to be stepping up and like taking the fight and trying to control the angles as well. He gets 2 kills there, but I think he hard baited his team. But, you know, that kind of lack of synergy is going to happen when you just added a player to the team, so it's not really his fault. It's just a fact of the game.
Yeah, listen. I mean, I'm a big advocate of Primy.
He got diffed on map 2. I mean, Jeremy's playing fantastically so far on this map in the first 4 rounds.
We've seen the alpha years. We've seen this done before. So if you want to actually make some lasting impact, we're going to have to see a bit more than that. Of course, more kills. But right now, he's starting off strong.
Really, really strong. Has the overdrive available as well if he wants to go a little bit crazier.
This composition on defense, remember, is lacking info. So they're going to be looking to try to do little pushes like this where they're over towards B.
So that's a little bit more information for Talon.
Playing aggressively towards B. This can be a crunch on C as well. Look at that. So that deep wall there from Ban is really good because it blocks the angle that they would get punished at from the B lurk. So now they can focus fully on just crunching C. The wall, however, got broken by Jesse Vash and Jip Boys, which is good from Team Secret. And now Talon have to back off because now they can be pinched from B. So Talon were trying to set up a C crunch there. Now they've lost quite a bit of info. So this point in the round, Team Secret are actually in quite a nice spot. The jump spotting from Cruz, though, is keeping pressure over towards A. It would be nice for them to push that back. If Team Secret were playing a Viper comp here, then Cruz wouldn't be able to do this. I mean, Talon don't really understand what's going on here. They're starting to gamble rotate over towards A, but to be honest, this could easily be a fake on A and pivot into C. Or this could be a pivot into B right now as well. One of the problems is that Team Secret are just deciding to push into A a bit too much. They realize, though, that A is stacked, okay, and they're going to try the pivot. This is nice. They didn't do this last time. Talon are all playing in spawn here. Like they're really behind the game because of their composition. They're lacking a lot of info. They're not ready to go for the flood retake. But this is where Primy can get really aggro. Medal's nice. They didn't expect the second player. Primy gets 1. Primy pops out. Nice. Primy's gonna lose.
Tiny little kill comes through, and it all starts this domino effect of Talon flooding the gates.
Yeah, Primy's gonna lose weapon. That actually does matter. I mean, Primy's now got 3,200 or 3,400 because of a kill as well, so gonna be able to get everything apart from medal, I guess.
The idea was there. And at the same time, look at how Primy really goes through.
Primy's trying to play disciplined, though, not feeding. I mean, these are the kind of rounds where you expect Primy to be overheating a bit because he's got the Clovault online. But actually, he's playing pretty disciplined. Like he's waiting for the go. He's waiting for the go signal. If anything, he's actually playing more passive than I think I'd like. Like maybe when he gets a bit more comfortable with the team, I'd like to see him prodding a little bit and seeing if he can get a cheeky kill there before the retake is ready. Because if he prods a little and dies, then he can pop the ultimate, and that can be the go signal for everyone to engage. So he can even go a little more cheeky than he's being in some of these spots. But I appreciate the fact that he's trying to play tight with the team. Talon's idea in round 3 and 4 is to set up Governor to be able to spam through the smoke with the Fade Haunt. Yeah, it also stops you from being detected by the... what do you call it? By the Soviet utility, or getting flashed as well.
Form of ban. It's just going to be an A stack once again. You've got the sonic sensors right where the slide has to be.
But again, if you're trying to control rubble, you still want to be trying to control that space. You don't want to be just sat back.
Got the trap set up to just make sure that Primy can get that first kill, get the pick me up, get the zoomies for some advantageous fights.
Yeah, I forgot the name is Sova there for a second.
Talon, they've secured a rubble, and now
Annihilation and Showstopper Online. This is the kind of round where Talon want to be finding out where Team Secret are ending and then setting up for a flood retake, I think.
Keep Jit Boys posted up around Rubble as well. They picked up the ult orb, so a lot of ultimates prepared for this site if it does go through.
Good kill from Ban.
To hold his ground, anchors down the B site, prevents 2GE from lurking any further. So now it comes down to this C hit. Primy is prepared for it as well.
I mean, you are just screwed going into this site. Team Secret have hit the stack, and there were stuns, and there's Annihilation. And they just got no shot. So what's Primy's util here looking like? So smoke used, stunned up. Playing around the pillar, throws out the metal, swings, owns it. Yeah, looking nice. And Talon found the stack in the right place this round. I'm not sure whether that was really great play from them or just Secret happening to run into it. But Secret are finding it very difficult to find the gaps here, which is surprising because Talon's comp should have very little info. Horned up, not broken, but nobody to play off the back of it. Aggressive positioning from Ban over towards C gives them enough info that these guys can stack towards B and A.
Talon has some ultimates of their own. They haven't quite used them yet, and this could be a very potential
Another
round
situation where Talon's ults are fantastic for flood retaking.
This
seems bizarre to go for. Like, what is the trigger here? I don't see how this is a good idea. That's a shit play from Talon. I'm sorry, that's poo. They're trying to play that off the contact of the player over towards breakable door, which means that the first time you get contact, they have only just crossed this line, and then you're going to try to fade ult them and raise ult them. Like, who is going to get caught by that? They're all going to be running backwards as soon as they get fade ulted. Like, bro, how are you getting value out of that play? And they go once they get smoked off and they don't even have contact. I think that's shit.
On the clock, so Secret, you're getting away.
You've got two fantastic retake ultimates and you just pissed them away.
On the overdrive now. Jeremy trying to see if pacing is on his side. You've got 2GE already on the site, but the rest of the 4-7 stop. 2GE has to find
okay, this ult should be huge for 2G.
For the rest of the teammates to have to join back up on the site. Cruz has an inkling. They're grouped up on the side of Talon. Primy's here for the extra peek. It's going to be a double.
Can't quite get anything going there.
Smokes off. Back towards the drop. Has a headshot angle and spots out Cruz. The metal was deployed as well, though, so Primy's position a little bit revealed, but he manages to snipe out Envy with that.
Oh, I mean, shift walk into the angle, not expecting to get all. Primy destroys him. Yeah, you just got diffed.
Goes in with the pick-me-up, swings against 2GE, onto the next, manages to drop against Jesse Vash. 1-on-2 now. He has no real idea where they all are. Knows that
nice.
A stack.
Oh, good try, good try.
Gets the first, but then Ben.
Where nice shot from. But that causes the time.
Not wanting to let Talon build up.
It's actually pronounced stooge without the S. That's how I used to pronounce it. That's definitely not correct.
Your Trailblazer or your Guiding Light, but that's a lot of investment. So Talon forces their hand. Make sure that they can't fight for that early, and then you can go for these fast rotates, set up, and make sure you can also stop the second line of entry with
so
the
Team Secret now knocked down onto an eco.
Well.
Talon look for this early push out through B that they've been going for quite a bit. Primy nearly getting caught over there. What's he up to? So Primy is trying to play tucked in. Throws down the... Yeah, this is a little bit of a lack of awareness. This is one of the first times that we're seeing Primy really caught out. Backs off from the angle, throws down the one-way, not expecting somebody to have just lurked up, basically, and almost gets killed by Jesse Vash. Knocked down pretty weak, and now in a bit of a tough spot. Thankfully, Jesse only has a Guardian, so he's unlikely to get blind spam through that smoke. Do you want to go for a crazy Omen teleport past the trip? You know where the Cypher is.
Managing to push Cruz all the way towards the back of Heaven on A side.
I mean, you just break that immediately. That's
sneak in.
Okay, what's Jesse accomplishing with that trip?
Outside of C as well. I think he might have heard some hops.
Yeah, he's waiting for it. He knows that he was weak earlier, making sure that
wait, Jesse's popping.
And he finds Governor on the drop as well. Governor couldn't find his footing, but Cruz evens the numbers just
Team Secret's got the whole of the site though, so I'm not exactly sure what Jesse's accomplishing by staying over here. And he's got to be thinking at this point, like, if 2 of them were playing over towards C, and nobody's playing towards A. Where the hell are the rest of them? Where are the other 3 players?
They're waiting for Jesse Vash to regroup.
So I think Jesse should be tingling here. He's got to hear that Omen TP, right? Yeah, they're watching. They're watching for Jit Boys. Alright, so big round from Jesse. Not only does his team find the gap for one of the first times on the attack side, actually, but he also finds a bit of a jump onto Primy and then wins a duel on Governor, too.
By Jesse Vash just turn things around. This entire round just plays out because of Team Secret just trying
a lot of their utility.
Let's skip that forwards.
On a timer early on in the round to gain that. Secret have found that
so this
opening.
is
now Talon, they're going to try to fight for Rubble once again.
A bit of Rubble control.
Secret's going to meet him. Deep guy. Line at the operator finds the elbow right before the burst.
Strange way of fighting over Rubble there from Talon. Throwing a haunt, but from an angle where you end up being exposed to the player swinging, but also Talon are not scaling forwards either. So it's a very passive hold, but out in the open, which is a weird way of playing that. And also Governor's positioning here is just fucking dreadful, because he's just going to get swung from Rubble as well.
Trying to counter out the off with the Guardian, but Governor,
yeah, I mean, that's a tragically bad Rubble fight from Talon.
Talon are starting with 2 men down, 3v5, but only 1 in the site on
There's been a couple of rounds where their game plan's been terrible, I think, but generally they've been alright. It's a bit of a freebie round here for Team Secret.
Really showing the experience with the calling from Jesse Vash. They could have committed to that A site, but instead adapting to head over onto B, where they have all the advantages. They have so many players. They're marking every single angle on towards Baby Door.
Don't teams usually have a fade lineup from B for A control?
Much of it going right.
Yes, but that doesn't mean they always want the fade to be playing B. But yeah, teams definitely have that. I'm sure that Cruz has the B lineup over towards A. But that's why I'm confused by it, because if you're doing a passive version of the A control, that's the kind of time that you would use that lineup. But if you're positioning the fade and the raise over towards A, you would expect it to be a little more aggressive, or at least they're holding together, whereas Cruz was jumping back to cover while Governor was still holding on a bad angle. So really bizarre game plan there. What's up, Kid New York? How's it going? Alright, timeout being called. Who's in the...
Found yourself in that position early on. I mean, Cruz getting picked off, sure, you could count it as something unfortunate.
Yeah.
Died.
Okay.
Playing really
enjoying the weekend? Nice. What is a weekend?
A little bit punished.
Doesn't exist. I never know what day of the week it even is.
Keep this up, and are they going to keep hitting the
Do you think the recent trend of Viperless Lotus comps are better? Only if you're playing a comp like the Fade Breach, where you have crazy powerful retake potential and big ults, and only if your Flood retakes are fantastic, and only if you play a slow attack side where you're not giving away tons of info. And even then, I think they're difficult to play against, very good on the defense side, but the Viper Fade Raise comps are also very good. I don't think they're better. But like this version of the double initiator comps, nah, I'm not vibing with this.
On a map like Lotus, trying to even things out. Now early information in towards B as well as C.
Yeah, just trying to fake out what their positions are.
But the double initiator comps, when it's powerful initiators being played, genuinely, like, they have strength. It's very difficult to hold post plants against.
Not quite sure of other information. The drone is going to force that barrier mesh out. It's going to force Band to break the door as well, just to make sure he can rotate back and reposition.
They've lost A information, so they're playing aggressively over towards B again. It does give them the option, when they play aggro B like this, of potentially trying to crunch C. Talon give away that they're playing aggro B, and now they're going to drop back a little. But they now have no information over towards Rubble. They have no information towards Mound, so these should be really tough rounds for Talon to play. But Team Secret are not making it look like that.
Out now. Team Secret trying to...
See, if they explode C currently, there's only one player at home, because Talon have no idea where they're ending. Unfortunately, Jesse's calling hasn't been able to exploit the lack of info that Talon has.
This allows Primy to come over to the C side, help double up, and you still have Jip Boys just in range to try to provide a Paranoia as well. The Hunter's Fury will force the site to be opened up as they go in. Paranoia sent out by 2GE as well, just to make sure that
Are Talon in position to apply pressure? Oh, that's a lot of damage. That's nice. Good medal. Good medal, good spam. Stop the planter. Talon are playing this quite nicely. They're dominating important angles. Can they get any kind of trade there? That's so loud. Moosland, thank you for the tier 2. That's so loud. Thank you for the tier 2 for 35 months. I appreciate that. Okay, so let's have a look at what Primy's up to here, because that medal was lovely. So just holding a very good angle, good bounce medal, good spam off the back of it as well. Just holding smokes, putting pressure onto Team Secret, or at least allowing the team to put pressure onto Team Secret.
It has been interrupted earlier with the metal play. Governor's still taking down more members. 2G and Envy will push
good kill onto Envy as well. Yeah, Primy doing his job, not overheating, playing really nicely. Yes, give me 2 seconds. Okay, hello everybody. Yeah, that's right. I was doxing our address. Read my lips. Hire a professional lip reader quickly. We must find out where he lives.
But time already gone. Shouldn't be allowed.
Can Primy provide any value? Oh, it doesn't even matter. It's over. I was gonna say with post-death smokes, but so far, Primy has not been dying more than other people on his team. He's not died the most in the server, and also he's been finding very good value from good positions. If anything, he's been playing like very safely. This is another round where he has ult online, where you could expect him to maybe play a bit more aggro, but he didn't last time he had it. He hasn't been doing anything too crazy outside of the pistol round, but he's just been getting very consistent good value because his mechanics are very good, and his positioning is smart and safe. This is the time to go a bit silly, though.
Last round, but now it's going to be the early barrier mesh on site. So Team Secret, unless it's a trap play, unless it's complete bait, which it looks like they're a little worried it might be. Obviously, the barrier mesh, the
door opening.
Alone on the site. Secret trying to fish for
They're
information.
Waiting to see if they can bait the pivot into B. You see Talon here, they're like, okay, let's try to make ourselves big on the A site so that they pivot through to B. And then Primy and Jip Boys are there ready to collect.
Throughout the rest of the round, Sonic Sensor
I think Cruz kind of wants to be dumping util here to try to bait them even further as well. Oh, good stun. Jeremy's cooled down a little bit. Good to see him find that stun. Here comes Jesse Vash. This is something they haven't done very much, is find value out of the lurks, because the lurks are super good against the deadlock as well. They pivot over towards B because Jesse's getting them good info in that area. Primy's going to find it very difficult to get value out of the Clovault in that situation, so I respect the fact that he doesn't go for it.
Governor, though, from the back, manages to take down 2GE.
So now Governor is the playmaker. Clears out the whole of B main. Good ult here. Good kill from Jesse.
Vash, though, pushes out Baby Door, takes down Cruz. So now you got to deal with the two final members who are sandwiched into this site.
Can they get half? No, not with the Cypher ult going on.
Has been used.
It's just so tough. Team Secret are all over the place.
Not quite sticking the defuse just yet. Jip Boy still trying to find further kills, trying to secure the site.
Pretty good round from Team Secret there. That's the first time that we've really seen Jesse get aggressive on a lurk, trying to find timings. I think Jesse could be doing that more often. Against deadlock comps. Imagine Paper X Primy though. At the moment, he's not playing like a Paper X player. He's not playing super aggressive.
keep this a 6-6.
Maybe that'll change later on. You guys were saying that he was overheating a bit on the best, but at the moment he's playing really safe and solid. He's very tight with his teammates.
Not gonna find it. Cruz hoping that he could get a lucky kill, get that nightfall. It would be so
He's always doubled up with somebody. Like, you see how he's doubled up with Jit Boys here? And they're like clearing areas aggressively together? This is a key way that Talon have to play with their composition because they don't have info on the defense side. So they have to go and aggressively get info, but they're not doing it on their own. So this makes me believe that other people inside Talon are kind of like telling Primy the timings of what they want to go for. Like, Jit Boys is probably calling like, come and clear B main with me. Like that kind of thing.
If Zen
Maybe
wasn't
Primy's
here
doing it
to
proactively
explain,
himself.
they
It would
would
be
have
cool if he
given
was,
him
but I
footsteps.
think it's more likely it's
Whoa,
the team making those
whoa,
decisions.
whoa.
Thank you, Yurikin. Thank you for the 13 months. So
So
wall pop down over towards C. This gives them a little bit of peace of mind here, Talon, so they can stack more towards B.
Towards the C side, but that's exactly the fake that Secret has sold. As a spike
Great kill from Governor.
Gets spotted by the Governor, laying down the law on the A site.
And now they're expecting it to be an end over towards A.
So that said, Envy will
Group
get
up
the
from
spike
Talon. This is a
planted,
spot
but
where
they're
Primy can
still
really
working
entry with the
against
ult.
numbers disadvantage. 3 on 5.
Because if Primy gets taken
Talon
down, then he
all
can just
hovering
surge
around
forward and
heaven.
the rest can try to
With the
trade him out.
biggest counter
Great
on
kill
the
there.
gets sniped out by Envy.
Nice movement as well. You see that? As soon as Envy started taking the shot,
They
there's
try
a
to
small
hold out
sidestep.
around stairs. Tough position
Look
to be
again
in.
though,
C
always
staying
making sure to try to
point
follow
him
up
out.
off the
Trying to
utility.
pitch down inside. Waldorio, though, with the aim
Like,
will
Primy's
take
ults
that
have actually
pressure,
not
but then
been impactful because the round's already won by the time he's popping his ultimates. I don't think we've seen Primy have a good ult, but that's not his fault because he's getting all the kills and like he's tight with his team, trading them or playing off utility before he dies. Like, he's just, you know, they're taking really good fights together, so he doesn't die, so he doesn't need the ult, so the ults end up being, you know, somewhat wasted towards the end of the round, but, you know, it's round 12 to end it, whatever. But, yeah, that was much more disciplined than I was expecting from the stats and from my, you know, prejudiced assumption of what a ranked player would look like in a pro game. The way he gets to play because he has the ult is impactful. To be honest with you, I'm not sure that it would change that much if he didn't have the ult. Like, look at how he plays. I understand that what you're saying in theory is correct, and maybe the fact here that he's taking first contact is because he has the ult online. But if you look how he takes the next fight, like this one here, he doesn't just swing aggro into Jeremy because he knows that he has ult to be able to pop, and then he can double swing and apply a bunch of pressure. He actually waits for the C's to go through. He waits for Governor's spacing to be tight behind him, and then he swings aggressively. And so this would still be a really solid way of playing this, even without the ultimate. Yeah, maybe Primy would go down, but Governor's going to be there with the trade, and they're following up on the player that's seized and backpedaling. Like, it's just really solid. He doesn't have to change his behavior too much based on the ult. Maybe it makes him play a little more confidently, but that would still be a really good play even if he didn't have the ult online.
Out on top. And we'll see. Is it a full stack? It is. Onto the C side.
What ice cream alert? A flavor will you remove forever and why? Is that really going to be your best attempt at a first-time chat? Come back with better. I'm hoping for a better second-time chat from you.
Leaving Primy with that ghost and half armor as well.
It's a trap
So
play.
Talon running into a trap here. Massive flash. Enormous flash. Nice attempt to counter blind. Or Primy. Oh, Primy. Yeah, he's absolutely farming in these pistol rounds. Dude, okay, he's just won them both pistol rounds. Team Secret should have won both pistols if Primy was not in the server. In terms of value, when you look at the final score at the end of this map, you could definitely argue that Primy won it for them by getting 4 rounds in the pistol and the follow-up.
This is incredible, and it also shows like
his ghost aim, the way that he gets value out of the movement from the pick-me-up, and his awareness that like the flank is coming through, there's a player over to it, like he's got good visualization of where the opponents are. And yeah, he's the raid boss, they've given him armor and ghost.
In theory, that's 4 rounds you're always starting up. We'll see if Talon can make that come into
And Primy's directly, not just like a little bit, he's directly won them both pistols.
It's a fast push out, it's a triple. He almost lands all 3, but Cruz will be there.
It would be sick to give Primy ult here.
So now getting the information.
If they have any idea where the final two players are, be a great time for Primy to chase. I think this is a spot where Primy should be giving Ban the weapon and looking to chase.
Do his best against the firepower that Talon now holds.
Although I guess now they have
just alone with
all
the
weapons.
shorty,
So.
tries to work around the seaside. I mean, it's either
But yeah,
C or
ideally
B,
with a weapon
or
that
through
doesn't
the
matter that
revolving
much.
door, in which case Envy would probably move.
Surely Talon use their util here. You have it's a 4v2. It's an anti-eco. Yes, there you go. I was getting real scared. We've seen too many teams not do this. You hear the shorty as well, and you see the instant turnaround. It's a
See the shorty, still got 35 seconds. I don't mind the pivot here. There's max one player, death ball up, you'll be fine. Oh, Ban's found the final player, and Styles on him. Ban and Governor's form is looking good in this game as well. I was a bit worried because Ban and Governor were playing pretty badly in some of their regular season matches leading up to playoffs.
Good job, Talon.
The neon play from Governor was a bit feedy, and Ban was losing a lot of ISO, like even ult duels with a shield and stuff. He didn't look comfortable after the patch. But both of them are playing pretty well today.
Players and stuff sometimes not being the most consistent.
And Jit boys.
Okie dokie, so Team Secret now have rifles. They're going to try to fight over this. Governor's in. Nice. So Governor's protected from the Sova dart, and he's able to frag through the haunt. Lovely stuff. And it's a clove smoke, so it disappears fairly quickly, so they're pretty good for attack side.
On your buy round, I mean, sure, firepower not lacking from Talon.
In terms of like taking small pieces of map control. They're not good for like an exec as much because they don't last as long. But if you're just trying to take like small piece of map control and then push past your own smoke, Clove pops off in those spots.
They're holding on to their advantage and trying to make it work for them and assess out the information that they need. That early hit with Governor up to the top of the rocks.
Yeah, and this is going to be now a very difficult round for Team Secret to win. It's a 4v3. They've lost rebel control.
Their Omen on B main as well, so that
Cam
they
broken
can go
as
for
well.
a rotate. So I mean, Talon is actually playing the entire map. They send a fake on C. They have
Talon
the
applying much
so
more global map pressure on their attack side than Team Secret were. But they're also walking into the more difficult side, trying to fake towards B, but there's nobody even to see the fake. Oh, that's nice from Primy. He's just getting so many, impact kills in the middle of rounds like this that it's not like you wouldn't make a highlight reel of what he's doing necessarily, apart from the pistol rounds. But okay.
And he'll push him out.
Pops ult. This is all buying time off the defuse, by the way. So it's still finding some value, but
take down that zombie
not a huge amount.
At the very least, he buys enough time away from that spike. Jesse Vash alongside 2GE now might.
Yeah, but if you think about what happens there if he doesn't pop the ultimate, Jesse continues trying to go forwards instead of having to go all the way backwards. So Jesse can't do anything now because he's pushed all the way back, and he doesn't know if the rest of Talon have pushed up off the back of Primy's ult. So it looks kind of shit from Primy, but it does actually make a big difference in the round.
Not quite able to do all too much. They have to think about the future while Talon reaches double.
But also, you see in that situation where Primy was putting down a smoke for stairs, maybe a little bit of a comms issue that Primy didn't comm that there wasn't a smoke for stairs or something like that. Maybe there's a slight misstep there. But Governor ended up walking into the sightline before Primy smoked. So, in an ideal world, Primy comms like, I'm going to smoke stairs, and then the smoke goes down and then Governor swings. Governor ended up getting caught by that. Might be Governor's fault, might be Primy's fault, might be, just nobody's fault. But anyway, a bit of a misstep there from Talon, but Primy instantly gets the trade, like almost through the clove smoke as it's blooming. So incredibly sharp kill for Primy to get.
This knockout series, 10-5 on their
Do you think Frost still thinks Furia was more talented than Talon?
Sure that they don't let it slip away.
With Primy on the team, maybe not, but I never took issue with that part of his comment. I think that was a valid comment. It was the fact that he said he would have won a tournament, like a Masters with Furia, if they could get out of their own way. And then I also thought it was just out of pocket to say that your current team is worse mechanically. just in terms of like what it would do to their morale, I don't disagree with the comment.
But Team Secret,
Yeah, the humiliation kink activated.
Just a Stinger upgraded, but otherwise it's the 2 rifles that were carried over. We'll try to make the most
so Governor's
of it
attack
by
side
pushing out
opping
Rubble.
here into the eco, which is
Trying to hold down the angle, stacked up.
a bit of a strange decision.
Talon contacts into this without the utility. Okay, there's a bit of a clear with
This
the
is
Prowler
the shot.
and the Trailblazer. Relay bolt just to hold down the space. 2G smokes it off. Got a little bit too
The
precarious.
comp finds it difficult
Talon
here
backs off.
to be able to
Good setup from
re-clear
Talon
Rubble
to
on
try
the
to bait
attack
out a
side.
kill.
I
Unfortunately,
think the
doesn't
more that
find
Team
it, but
Secret
at the
can
very
control
least, you
Rubble,
draw
the better it
singular
is.
relay bolt.
Problem is, Team
Draw
Secret's
the
comp is
Trailblazer
actually
as
not
well.
very good for controlling
So a
Rubble on
lot of that
defense.
util gone
It
from
just
Team
throws in
Secret
like
on
a
that defense. It's
flash
not a round
recon
where
combo
they
at the beginning of the
don't have
round.
best
And
firepower. So Talon will try to abuse this. You know that
if
the
you
camp's
break
at
the
the
recon or
entrance.
if you
Are you gonna be able to get around
hide inside a
the
smoke,
tripwire? You're gonna wait out the one-way cyber cage.
you're really
Grabnet
not getting
already
pressured
spent
that hard.
Only 40 seconds left on the clock. They have one more chance to rotate and double back.
This
if you
is
want.
getting a bit weird though for
Tried to bait it.
Talon.
Now using
There's
the
30
rotating
seconds
door to
left.
just create a little bit more
They're running
question
into a
marks in
3-player
Team Secret's
stack. They have
head.
an op.
Then walking through the firepower.
It's
now
not looking great.
beats Jesse Vash able to take down Van. Cruz makes a bit of a trade. Jesse Vash backing off while Talon goes in to clear out the site even further. But
All right,
looking
one of the
how
few
they are
times that we
nailing
see
down
Primy
their
actually
shots,
just straight up
finding
whiff a
their feet
duel.
firmly into the ground, pushing further
That's
as
been
well
rare.
with the
Normally,
spike drop.
he's been
Team
very good, but
Secret
I think the
makes
Talon
it a
calling
thrifty win,
and
working their
the
way
decision to go for
around
an
the
attack side
rotations of
op is
Talon.
just a weird one there.
They think that just hitting the rotating door would have been enough to make the hold weaker, and it did briefly. But at the end of the day, it's a thrifty, and Talon doesn't want to allow too many of those to happen. Do see Governor.
So there's Governor
landing
inside
deep into the
with the
smoke.
Haunt again.
Start off this round early.
Recon
Rebel
Dart doesn't
control
find
back over
too
to Talon.
much info, but it
Early
did tag
grab
onto a
that
couple of players that
used
could have
as well,
died to an
just in
Odin
case
had
someone
Team
might
Secret
have
had one
pushed out.
inside tree.
Words,
But
the side
as
for
you can
your
see,
baby
Team
door.
Secret running with an op and
For now,
a bunch
Team
of
Secret just
Phantoms
trying
and
to hold
Vandals.
so far back, anticipating Talon's advances. Guiding light cleared out just to check.
It's a weird trip that they've
Team
got
Shell
over
pretty
towards
much confirms it's a
Breakable
tell
Door
now.
because I don't think
Very
they're going to be able to play
matched,
off
just
that.
waiting for the push through, and Governor takes the
Okay.
first hit against Jesse
Governor's
Vash.
just walking
Blinded
in
while
without popping the
Warriors will get
showstopper.
down by the showstopper. That's a second kill.
That's a
It'd
wild
be
entry
right
from
around the
Governor.
edges of the smoke, but the spike
Could have
gets
very
planted
easily gone
anyway.
down there.
Here's the footsteps as well. Here's the shrouded steps. So Governor just going to hold close.
Primy's
He's a
making
little
sure to
low
use
on
the metal
health, so
pretty
he's gonna
often
just
as
be the
well,
first line of
applying
contact.
potential decay
For
damage to clear
Talon,
out
he
corners.
actually gets another. That's a triple. Recon used in the smoke. Not much information.
What a round from
Governor
Governor. What the
finds
hell
time
is
to
going on
rebuild
here?
and for the ace, but Jeremy is nowhere to be found.
Just
That
walking into
operator,
people, destroying
so
them.
precious for Secret, no matter how far behind they might be. And Jeremy
Your stream
will look to
audio is a
hold
lot
on to
lower
it.
than many of the streams, like half as
See
loud.
if there's enough time.
Unlucky.
If they sprint, they'll reach him. And it's a double team. I'm a little concerned for Jeremy.
There you
It's
go. I've
only
turned it up a little bit
a
for you.
short distance, a short angle. Trying to make it seem like this wouldn't be the optimal position, just as far away as possible.
But I'm not going to
Time
talk too
ticking
loudly
down,
because
and Talon,
B's
they're
in bed
carefully
anyway.
checking each corner. Paint shells will do some damage, but Jeremy keeps his distance.
Yeah, I mean, it's the least
Fight's not
likely
over, you know.
place where they would look, right? And if the paint shells don't get him, then maybe he's not
With the
there. They
improvement for
don't
Ban and
really
Munchkin,
wanna
do you think
give
Autumn
him
is the
any
problem on
out points as
T1?
well. So not too bad, and yeah, almost an ace for Governor. I mean, this entire round. the
No,
way
I
they
don't
pitched
think
in,
so. But I mean, I
managing to
don't.
find every
You never
single
really
player.
know whether
They got
coaches are.
early space with that grab net,
looking
and that's something
great,
that Team
but,
Secret wants to avoid. But how are they
I
going to
think
work around
that-
it this time? Maybe it's Jeremy with the operator locking down A.
Also, wait. Give me a sec.
On good-
In what way would that reflect on? Why would Munchkin looking better reflect on Autumn? When did Autumn coach Munchkin? T1 last year? Dude, I'm losing my mind. Was Munchkin on T1 last year? I can't even remember. I genuinely don't even remember that. I remember him playing for like the the Japanese squads. I completely wiped the fact that he played for T1 from my memory.
Gonna be used
There.
to make it seem like they're still ready to counter out any
Munchkin
of that
was always very
utility.
good at
No
reading the game.
further
I don't know whether I
utilities
believe
just yet. The recon
that
being
is
sure
his
to know
IGLing
that
was
Talon is
not good
crept in, so
on.
that gives 2G
But
an
to be
opportunity
fair, he was
to
playing with
take
really
Rubble
bad
control.
players
Team
in Japan,
Secret using that
and
for
a lot of
hard
his calls were
rotate
having
over.
to be
We want
translated
to meet
through
Talon
Was it Medusa was translating them? So maybe that was just maybe that was a game of telephone problem.
When it mattered the most in that match against Gen G, his teammates still pulled through for the win, and Jeremy's looking to redeem himself today against Talon.
Nobody wants to IGL on T1, even this year.
Talon just trying to rotate over to other sides.
Okay, sorry. Let me go back a little bit in this round.
With the to take rebel control.
All right, so they go up towards B at the beginning, but they don't break Trip.
When the entry happens, they
also haven't broken Cam and C Mound yet.
This weapon that has haunted
So mid-round info is going to be really easy for Team Secret. They can tap Cam at some point in the round, and then they still have Trip active B main.
However, this time,
I'm trying to walk in, gets
Talon
caught by
trying to
drone.
rotate over to other sides. Jesse Vash able to meet them.
I don't know why Ban is trying to walk in alone there. That doesn't make any sense to me.
Holding out this 2-1-2 default. They got the early map control. They are able
Chippo's
to
caught as
play
well.
alongside this forward control.
Looking a bit lost here, Talon on the attack side.
That's going to be the neural theft that allows 2G to push even further forward. This absolutely confirms that it's an entry onto the seaside. Tripwire stops Governor from taking elbow. And Talon,
like the cold smoke in this spot is really nice. I think it might be a bit better than even the Omen smoke in this situation because it goes down a little earlier. So you have it up, you get into position, and then there's a quicker timing for you to be able to fight.
You have a smoke, but you're too scared to go around it.
But it's still a 3v5. I mean, there's probably not anything that they can do here. This looks really lost though from Talon.
They're starting to get separated from each other.
When Governor commits to the C site there, I think Primy and Cruz should be going with, but I don't think that's Primy's fault because Cruz also doesn't commit. So clearly there's some bad miscom, indecisiveness going on with Talon in this round.
As they're all focused onto the site, and meanwhile 2G's not going to greed for it. There's still enough time for a rotate, so he waits in pillars. Here's the Prowler, but doesn't hear footsteps. There's
yeah,
still
T1 does
look
look pretty lost.
The high-low with the operator.
But how much of that is because their callers don't have very much experience?
To try to claw back into this first game.
Just trying to lock down the sites, trying to adjust their game
Don't
plan.
know.
Talon has started to go in a little bit faster, a little bit more stronger.
And the way that teams play is going to be a collaboration between Coach and IGL, but I agree that it is a bit weird that Ultima hasn't been able to do anything with the IGLs to make them look good. Whereas on Gen G, like Munchkin's talked about how much the coaches have helped him get better at calling.
Denying Team Secret, they're denying Talon their.
I think people are going to be annoying about the rank demon thing, not going to lie. Primy's been getting hyped for a year as having the crispest mechanics in the world. You can get rank 1 by abusing people's inability to play against Yoru gimmicks. That won't translate anywhere close to as well as Primy's gameplay. Yeah, but I mean also, if you're abusing Yoru gimmicks and you're getting a 70% win rate in Radiant,
pushes.
I'd be extremely surprised. Like the thing with Primy is also that it wasn't just he's rank 1. He's fucking farming.
Yeah, you just got a new player slotted into
That's quite different, isn't it?
How well is he going to work alongside
But I do agree that people might just start saying, pick this guy up, he's rank 1. But I'm not mad if more people are hyping up, you know, tier 2 or ranked prospects. It's always fun to see them get a shot at tier 1, and some of them a lot of them are really, really good.
Nice and early is good news for Talon, as now you can have a bit of a timer.
No, that was just it was somewhat a straw man, but somewhat just a theoretical, you know, a bad ranked 1 player that abuses Yoru mechanics to get to the level. They're not saying that Primy has done that. They're just saying, like, if you said it about another player that was at rank 1, like, they're going to be amazing, but they abused some gimmick to get to the spot. I don't know how often that even happens, though.
Gives you full rebel control before the minute mark. Recon just sent out
Divine shower handle and Dr. Disrespect. I don't think he's hanging out in this chat very often, but there you go. Good work, mods.
And they do. From the shadows, consider 2G finds himself in a bit of a bind. He's trying to swing out, he finds the first kill, he's ready for a second, but they're not coming in. Wild Oreo on the opposite end of the wall.
Talon do look a little lost here, I think. I assume that what they're trying to do in this round is tap door, fake like it's going to be an A hit, and then pivot through towards B.
The new players coming into Secret, holding off the push against the A site, and Talon now forced to try to go into B.
But
Omen's inside, but
it doesn't look super coordinated from the players over towards A.
That's the first kill.
You would expect that when you tap the door, you're going to go and fight baby door with the other player.
On the site.
If Primy wins this one,
just in time for Primy
actual
to get the
GOAT
spike
status
planted.
secured.
Has his overheal. But is it going to be enough?
Surely no chance. That's a bad peek from Envy.
Pops up over onto the next, but with
Yeah,
the
GG,
slide
Eagle caught in
and
the stun.
footsteps on towards his back.
Might have been possible if
Can't quite
Primy hadn't been
spin
stunned there.
180 in time.
Secret the game, whether it's getting that map control, you know, maybe part of it is the comms as well, but they have been absolutely monumental for Secret to try to have the 7-3 record so far here in 2024.
Huge impact for Team Secret. Can they really keep this up to really bring the scoreline to an even fold?
You see that Talon there pause as soon as the door is open. They're worried about being caught by like some kind of paranoia or aggressive play from Team Secret. So good call on the pause. This is where Primy's getting more aggressive. You see now that Primy's got ult online, Primy's looking to really try to entry here. And they're just farming them. This spot, I think swinging this smoke without putting a one-way up on the box is going to be a bit of an overheat play. Because then if you die in this spot, you're just kind of trying to run into spawn and get more value.
Primy, another snapshot.
It's probably not even worth using the ult if you die in this situation.
But right
maybe
now,
it
he's
is.
just meant to be a scout. Quick trades there from
Okay,
Talon.
so now there is a
Unreal,
one-way up.
only good for one. Jeremy
So I
slides
don't
in,
mind
there's the
Primy go
knock
for it
again.
now.
Just trying to buy time. He's trying
Holy,
to
trying to
He almost
attack
gets
the
him as well,
op
but
player.
mission accomplished. Keeps him tied up, brings him down to 4 HP. Now in
That's a
1v3,
bold one.
Jeremy
Faking that you're falling off and then using the like invulnerability movement to jump back into Jeremy's face and seeing if you can catch him off guard. I respect it. It's crazy, but I respect it.
an up and overdrive and 4 points of health. Still have time, but he's not going to find the kill. And Jip Boys will bring Talon to map point.
So another situation where Primy is entering and finding a lot of value. I mean, that kill onto Envy just destroys him. And by the time Primy gets into a position to use the ultimate, it's pretty much won already. I think that's maybe a spot, though. The defense side, I didn't mind how Primy was using ults. That time, I think you could have gotten away with saving it. Because at least, like, Primy insta-pops the ult. If you let that timer tick a bit, Jeremy either has to respect the fact that you could res, or Jeremy goes to site assuming you won't res, and then you res and you're behind him with the high ground, and that's really difficult for Jeremy to play. So I think that's a spot where you can try to be greedy and hold your ult a little bit. But I don't mind the usage of the ult. Things were in flux. Your team could have lost some duels and
I'm like 50-50
been down a player.
Primy might have just done that to try to get the kill on Jeremy.
Yes.
I'm not even joking. And this is nothing against Primy, but
did you ever watch the Mom
Frost has talked about
1v1?
it,
I
Primy
didn't actually,
is
Flint
so
Cole,
used
no.
to just
I'm not going to watch it
out-fragging
today, but I could do in the future.
plays all the time. And he might not have
TMV
been
did
thinking all the
acknowledge
way
this is
deep
the
into
best
it, but
Clove
either way, it
performance
works
he's
out. The
seen
team
so
works off of
far.
it. That's the important part. And now, that point, Fastlane use Util.
Who else has been playing a lot?
Talon hears all of this, and it's just a call on to me. They read this timeout
Yeah, I mean,
perfectly.
I probably agree, but part of it is because Primy's just hitting so many shots.
Talon hears all of this, and it's just
So they're going for a fast B hit here for Talon. Prowler's nice because it pulls the trip, and so they can get through this pretty easily. Feels like there's a piece of utility missing over towards this side of the map. It feels like Paranoia's missing here for Jit Boys, but Jit Boys is teleported in. Definitely feels like the Paranoia's missing there, though.
Spike not planted just yet. The site not entirely there. Good tags the overdrive, but he gets paranoid. And a full firing squad from Talon. Now a 2v3. Jit Boys trying to find another kill, and he evens it up. 2v2.
Yeah, life is trolling with the Clove most of the time.
Two members.
Som, I don't think played great with it. Flashback on Icebox. Flashback plays a really good Clove on Icebox. That's a great shout, chat. That's probably better than this, even though Primy's hitting more shots, arguably.
The original rookie Cruz jiggles wide for it, but Jim Boys trying to find the second member, gets pinched, and Team Secret will get another chance to bring things back.
Half the stream was TMV arguing with chat about close volume.
Keep themselves in this game. They have to keep going even further.
I don't mind it. I think it's got. I think it's got a bit of a niche. But you just have to put it on a cracked player.
Just to try to even things out for Talon.
A lot of the time, your comps are just going to be better if you can put that cracked player on a different role. But if your cracked player happens to be like Smokes or Flex, like this team has it, why the hell not? Go crazy. Do you know how to use Clove? Don't watch my fucking VODs if you want to know how to use Clove. I know from like a theoretical point of view, but holy shit, I'm terrible at making decisions in real time.
Because you've already used your util, you've
given
an opening for Talon to try to retake.
Smoke's gone away. Prowler used a second smoke in again.
Annihilation at the
ready. So yeah, Talon still struggling to
if they have an opening there.
Get back in over towards
gets the right read as
A.
Well. The Seekers use. It's actually
I think it's.
Out a little bit just
I think it can be worth trying to pop like Annihilation or something in this kind of situation to try to get back in over towards Rubble. Like if you Omen ult for info on top of Rubble and then you try to pop Annihilation off the back of that, something like that. Then again, how would you catch somebody that's playing in Wild Oreo spot? I guess he bounced it off that pillar, actually. It would be fine.
Where he used it from, he wasn't fully in link. And it's gonna start
but
to
Talon are lacking tools without the Viper to get back in over towards Rubble, really. I guess they could do it with a one-way on Rubble, but it still doesn't have a clear read. There's the Annihilation, doesn't catch on anybody, almost caught Jesse Bash. Alright, so how did Talon get the plant down? Here comes the retake, before the plant even gets dropped. Ban with a swing. And Primy got killed by Wild Oreo in that situation too. So, just to wind this back a little bit here, when they're trying to control the map in this spot, I really like trying to post people up. Like, trying to get aggressive in some area is good if you have utility to do it, but they're fresh out of util apart from the paranoia. But they could try to get some kind of like paranoia into onto these players towards Waterfall to see if they can get the plant down. But I also like playing on top of this box. I think if Primy's aim is cracked, which it obviously is, playing on top of this box and trying to control CT from that position could be really good to stop the Team Secret players from getting in and applying pressure. Instead, Primy's playing in water, where he can't really help the team that well from there. Primy doesn't really have very much value in that round because he's just not taking fights, trading his team. Again, that's just something that will improve over time, I think.
Team Secret still having the right reads, the right protocols to make things together as a team. Now only 2 rounds to manage to close this out, and Talon not having the economy for this round.
Yeah, they're just gonna have to take the bullet, go on to the next one.
Their attack side, though, is looking worse than their defense, which is surprising because they should have no info on defense side. I don't think the composition's very good. I just think it's working. Team Secret's comp is also not very good. I think both of these comps are bad on Lotus.
See if he can pull the
but I think Talon's problem should have been lack of information when they were playing defense, and Team Secret ended up running into a lot of the stacks, and they've won double pistol as well. But both teams are actually kind of struggling on their attack to take Rubble control, deny information to the defenders, and then use their information advantage well.
For Talon on this attacking round.
Have to try to figure out a way to open up the sites. Everything's been smoked off.
Oh, hiding from the Omen ult. No info from 2K.
The open area doesn't spot out anything. Continues to burn the timer down. Talon trying to creep their way into the A site. You've got Wild Oreo and 2GE marking some of these angles.
Finds an opening for Cruz as they open the door, but he's not going to be able to spy. Spice now dropped Primy. Entering in, he gets the first kill.
Okay, this could be a... This could be a Primy moment. Nah, in a 1v3. No.
Tries to hide in.
Not possible.
Doesn't want to show himself. He wants to find the kills, but he just doesn't have time.
Fred for Paper X versus Gen G today. I'm gonna go with Gen G, but I don't know. It should just be a great game.
But he won't get more than one.
Factor. And alongside that, Jeremy pulling out the operator in the final round.
This operator has to hit the first shot, because if not, it's going to be Nightfall, Showstopper.
Still no breaking
Talon
recon?
looking for a full execute. No lurks, No util on the other parts of the map.
The fact that Talon aren't breaking the recon dart, despite the fact that Indy's throwing it in the same spot almost every round to start this off.
Jeremy's gonna switch it up with the Nightfall already in action.
I guess it's a slightly different timing when he throws it from B. Alright, they're using the ult this time to scale really aggressively. Primy alone on that swing. That's one of the first times that we're seeing Primy getting a bit too loose with it and fighting without his teammates or without any util. Normally he's been very good with that. Doesn't matter though. Talon pushed from the other side and looking good.
For secret, but it's 4 members he's up against.
So they ended up just winning this round because they had the ult and they shoved it into A. But my big takeaways from that map, both teams are playing comps that I think are fairly bad. But Primy won them both pistol rounds and that ended up being enormous. Absolutely enormous. And when I say he won them both pistol rounds, like, he is the reason that they won both pistol rounds. They gave him armor and they gave him ghost and he killed 4 people in both pistols and they ended up winning 13-11. So yeah, generally speaking though, playing fairly tight with teammates, playing like doubling up with Jit Boys, tons on the defense side. Also playing off utility fairly well. Didn't have big ultimates, but I don't think most of those were really his fault. He just was getting the kills and not losing the duels and finding himself in good spots to ult, mostly. And definitely some spots where he could have been finding more impact, but how is that not the case for every player in every map that you watch? Okay, let's have a look at the next one. So the next map is apparently fucking bonkers. Of course it is, because it's Abyss. Now, I have no idea how to play Abyss. None of us really do, because pro meta hasn't developed. No idea what comps are going to be played on it. No idea what strats are going to end up being really good. I have some intuitive theory crafting ideas about what could be good on this map, but I'm not going to bore you with those. I'm just going to watch the game.
We're going to go over our casters. Are you guys Abyss enthusiasts?
Absolutely.
No, I am not an Abyss enthusiast. I have not enjoyed playing it in ranked particularly.
What we've seen from Challengers Korea.
Alright, so first of all, let's have a look at the compositions. So Team Secret are going with a very like standard, just Valorant comp. The classic comp that you might see on maps like, well, Genji's comp for Sunset with the Jet, or Ascent if you wanted to run the Cypher. And on the other side, we've got Sova Breach, which is like a standard Haven comp as well. So yeah, nothing too crazy in terms of how these comps work, but when it applies to this map, fuck knows.
Many of the teams have picked and left Abyss open, so we've gotten all different looks.
Quite similar compositions, to be honest, from both teams. Primy's still getting the shield ghost.
I know that there have been different compositions, but this Ascent-like composition, the Sova KO, Deepless Kia actually used it last night, and there
so it's Governor that's giving Primy the
I mean, everyone knew
ghost.
As soon as this map was announced, this is a Sova map. There's so many different lineups you can have. We're seeing one right away.
You're definitely talking a little bit about this backstage.
Is this a Sova map?
Where does this
Feels
go?
like the sites are so large. I don't know whether recon is even available, is it?
Bounce,
what the fuck is going on with this dart? What? Wait, actually though, what the fuck is going on with this dart? This dart is being thrown at the beginning of the round for B information. Where I'm looking at the picture-in-picture. Where in the Lord's name is this shit going?
They can still get the initial information over with the cam. It's going to drop all the way deep.
It takes 20 seconds to land. The dart takes 20 seconds to land. Guys, we have B information. They're planting. Guys, we know it's B because they're putting the spike in the ground. But thanks for the dart, Jesse. Oh, God. That's fucking funny. Okay, but if Talon were running a slow round, then the dart would give you some decent ideas. I mean, it clears out people that are playing on that bridge. It clears out people that are playing in, like, the back area. I don't know any of the call-outs for this map. I'm going to have to learn them before playoffs. Yeah, anyway, let's watch the pistol. Let me actually just watch the screen now, because I was only watching the picture-in-picture. What do they do, the attacking team?
Definitely talking a little bit about this backstage, and where does this go?
So they flash and dash in, recon dark backside, and set up Primy to go aggressive.
Over with the cam, it's going to drop all the way.
Primy's then going to hold on top of a ledge.
Well, that's a little slow, I think, for my
if that was
case,
me,
but
I would
it
fall
still
off.
does mean that you get to see if anyone's right under it. It does force
It's not
them
really
to
going to
turn
do
things
much
around.
there. That
Team Secret
tag from the
now going for the
drone.
retake.
Having the Cypher camera gives them
They
further
get a
information
targeted
as well, so now just
paranoia
trying to
though
flush
onto Primy
Primy out
there.
of position, but he manages to sneak under cover.
Alright, this time they hold Primy to only 1 on the pistol round. That seems like a massive win condition for Team Secret. Look at this mid reflank that's coming through from Governor. This seems like the only thing on Abyss that mid is useful for is lurking. Maybe I'll be proven wrong and splits are going to be amazing on this map, but in terms of like theory crafting, splits seem shit.
It's going to be Jit Boys trying to fire him back. Team Secret with
Governor wins this 1v2? Yeah, they just have no clue.
Governor with a classic from
Oh, he's going to get the shot kill. Brother. Yeah, that's a we haven't played Abyss very much moment from Team Secret. They haven't seen the Sova at all since the beginning of the round.
So far, and a lot of people have been trying to
And they don't think about him
as well as that A
lurking through mid.
It's hard to just anchor on it. It's hard to just hold. So you want to be fighting for
They chose Abyss, yeah. It's a wild card pick.
Right now against Team Secret.
It's going to be weird anytime any team picks it. So I'm not going to criticize the pick too much. It seems like if you're the worst team, you should opt into it, though, because it's more random in that sense. We don't know who's going to win it. So I think it's like a good upset map, which makes it a bit strange that Team Secret picked it, because in my opinion, they look like the better team heading into playoffs. Now that was pre-Primy. The dash there is definitely overheating. That's our first overheat moment from Primy.
If this in the open as well, and now mid.
Rifle round and Jit Boys has no weapon. He has a classic, but also Cruz has forced. Why are teams trolling their bonus rounds recently? Like, why is there so much rampant trollery of bonus round buys all across every region? Check Jeremy's util.
Control coming out.
He has no updraft.
They're gonna send shock dart as well.
Is that going to matter? Surely that's not going to matter. Now, why would that matter, chat?
But if you can get a hold of it, it's massive map control.
There's no reason that lacking an updraft would matter on the map with death pits.
Just allowing for Talon to spread out.
Simply no reason.
Going back towards A, where the one-way smoke will expire. Envy.
Also, why the fuck is Abyss the only map where the mini-map has the defenders at the bottom? My brain's a pretzel trying to make sense of this. Holy shit, turn it around.
Just trying to mark the angle.
Turn it around, please.
Here for Talon, I think, is that they recognize that there was no Cypher util being set up right away in mid.
It,
so
it genuinely messes with me so much.
Mid, they have to have
I don't know why, but it like is heavily messing with me.
More spread out. Trying to drag out a bit more.
It just feels so weird seeing the attackers go down the map to go forwards. It's like fucking completely with my brain.
More of a reaction over by the A side. Even putting out a bit of a fake smoke. It's a little off.
Anyway.
But this how that should.
Oh, okay. So Cruz force bought the Vandal, but then dropped it to Jit Boys.
Be the tell from Secret.
Okay, so Jit Boys is Cruz is just gonna go with a stinger or something next round.
On the site, Cyber Cage to keep himself safe. Wild Oreo,
depending on how much util he uses. All right, so they're grouping up over towards B. They're gonna try to pop B.
They have mid control, so they can run through. But
how on this map do the defenders get information to stack? Like, the rotate is long. Pushing out on defense looks shit. The map just looks bad, man. But, I mean, maybe teams are going to figure it out. But, like, Team Secret can't get deep info here, really. Like, they can knife A main, but that doesn't tell them a huge amount.
It won't be here in an instant.
Maybe you can hold A main control. Like, maybe teams are going to be fighting over this area at the beginning of the round, and then they post somebody up and stack mid and B. Maybe that's going to be more of the meta. That's certainly not what Team Secret have
It's gonna
done.
take a little bit of time.
All right, here comes the exec.
Talon will push up front, trying to eliminate some of the players who
Looking to
are
try to plant, get some high ground positions.
However, Wild Ori will be able
Lose
to take
the
that swing
duel.
against Governor, so that's the Silva.
This looks terrible post plant. I mean, this post plant positioning looks garbage.
Gone now for Talon. Meanwhile, the rest of the squad, all like, 4 of them, just around the side of the site.
Now the enemy doesn't have a breach.
Ban's
no
getting
Thunder to
out
work out
by
there.
jumping over the
They
top.
are just all on the
Good
edge.
smoke
It is
from
the bonus
Primy
round
to
for
avoid
Talon.
getting caught
A
by
bit
the
of a buy
recon.
up, but they still have enough friends.
Very
Primy
tapping
almost
aim,
gets
but
2,
doesn't manage to
it's
convert on
actually
either of the
landed
other
onto
2
second.
players.
So Cruz
Sometimes, anyway.
is hoping to get one more. He won't find it. So it's 2 kills.
That seems like a bad post plant to me. But do I know what a good post plant looks like on this map? Not really. I assume that a good post plant would be planting centrally and playing, you know, like a player here and a couple of players back in main.
Taken down and the plant.
But do I know what the post plant meta is? No, I fucking don't. Waiting to see pro teams who play it really well.
Back in through the sites with their guns, with their firepower. Coming through some of the more
Sometimes what?
positions,
I was going to say sometimes tapping aimers can end up missing out on kills because they're so focused on getting like precise one taps on people, and that felt a little bit like that from Primy. I feel like if he hadn't tried to kill all 3 of the players there, he might have been able to take down 2.
This might be a post plant set up on B.
But it's pretty
looking for a set
nitpicky.
play on A main. It's gonna be
It's
a
not a
pop
real
flash
point,
over
which is why
Paranoia
I
at the ready
stopped
as well.
talking.
With 2GE, you can have some
It's
great
only a point
timing,
if you
but
notice
Zero
it
Point
again and
will
again
not
and
find
again.
anything, so they'll hold off on that. MV gonna regroup with
Drone down mid in the first like 5 seconds of the round does not seem good from Jesse Vash, but slightly more aggressive hold towards A, trying to figure out where they are.
Drone up mid as well. This should give a decent signal that there's a good shot at B. Now you know with the gunshot.
B exec again.
A B hit.
Similar pathing from Primy. Similar recon dart, not exactly the same.
The site is clear. He scouts it all out, and there it is.
This looks like a decent post plant position to me if you're going to play aggressive on site, because it's difficult for Team Secret to clear Primy without exposing themselves to other players. But also, this smoke doesn't look great either, because if you smoke deeper, then someone can actually hold this connector. Whereas here, if Wild Oreo swings Primy, who can actually help Primy? Like, if they swing in from heaven, it's very easy to help Primy. But if they swing from here, Primy's kind of on his own. So it feels like there needs to be some... Yeah, I don't know where you would actually play from here.
So much space.
Maybe just in the middle of sight, like around this other box.
Site, but with the Odin,
Primy just needs to trust his team here to hold heaven, and none of them are holding heaven. This feels like a massive miscom, where if they wanted to play fully off-site like this, Primy positioning himself near where this trip is seems really good, because he can isolate fights coming from this direction and his teammates can hold his back. But this spot, I genuinely don't mind this spot from Primy if the rest of his team's playing aggressively, but there's either they've baited the fuck out of Primy, or Primy's missed the call to retreat and feels like he's stuck. Hard to know who's at fault here, but no, it turns out nobody's at fault. Primy's just the GOAT.
Even with the flashes, he dodges it. The double kill going through.
What does it matter when he does that? Doesn't matter.
They only have to rely on their B tower now. Just walking through, and the spike is planted perfectly for the entire firing squad of Talon. They even have the wallback spot for this.
Yeah, Primy is Scooby-Doo, yeah.
It's done. It's done. You got
okay,
the
so round over.
And get lost it. The blades being used on an 8.
So they have a breach. Sorry I'm pausing so much, but I really have to, you know, engage the brain to understand what's going on in this map. So they have breach ult, which doesn't seem that great on the attack side, except for silly throwing people into the pit plays. But I guess it's pretty decent on A, if you can smoke off heaven and then scale off it. Primy's popped knives as well. Doesn't get them suppressed.
Be a killer drone. You have the rolling thunder. You
got to assume that they're going to smoke heaven and pop with breach ult here.
On the A side on this round, so Talon's using it to their advantage. They just have a passive tripwire to watch for the long flank.
Do you see the wallbang spot with the Odin? No. Where was that in the previous round? Did I miss it?
Just walking through, and the spike is planted perfectly for the entire firing squad of Talon.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention to that because the round was already over. Is that going to be that consistent from that range? Are you actually doing enough damage to consistently kill the diffuser from so far away with the Odin? I'll have to see it.
Final kill from Ban as well.
It's super thin. It's very consistent. Okay, well, that looks fucking horrible to play against them.
For a rude awakening. Primy now with the blades and a shorty.
But yeah, I would expect if they do that post-plant setup again to have Primy where Jeremy is currently playing.
You try to jump off and around the bridge as well. Be a killer drone. You have the Rolling Thunder. You can fight to the advantage of this map terrain on the A side on this round. So Talon's using it
B
to
is a
their
lot like
advantage.
Pearl B.
They just have a
Oh, well,
passive
that's
tripwire
fantastic.
to
I
watch for
love
the long
Pearl
flank.
B post-plants.
They're ready to go all the way around. They're setting up Primy on it. Envy
That sounds great.
has
I'm
an
very
inkling.
excited.
You know the Blade Storm's been popped.
Oh, hello,
Drone's
going
coming
around
in.
the map.
Cam set up as well. And here goes
Nice.
Primy trying to scout. He goes under and he
Updraft
dashes
dash.
in. Taking space, but they haven't found Envy just yet. He's hiding.
Feels like that would have been a sick time to use the breach ult. Rather than just having Primy trying to do that off the back of one fault line. I think Primy's favored to get the kill anyway, because it's really difficult to shoot him while he's like floating through the air and dashing and updrafting and stuff. But feels like that would have been a good time to use the ult. I guess they don't need it though.
There's just too many targets. He knows he was stuck. Jipboy's good for a double. And it's a clean execute. I mean, Secret, you might have to save again.
Yeah, it looks like they're gonna have to. The killer drone, it's enough presence that
How can you
lets Jesse
retake
Bash
B?
know
Yeah, it looks
can't quite
shit.
stick around this spot
It looks
because
difficult.
There might be a deadly jet just around the corner. Doubles back in.
You have to take sight, and then you have to push through the bridge, and then you have to deal with people up top in heaven. And yeah, it looks terrible.
And at the same
Push
time,
mid.
just going
Dude,
through
mid's so long though.
the site.
I mean, they're all going on
Are
the
you
hunt as
really
well.
gonna
They
have
know
to do
if we
the
take
like
away all the
sunset
weapons,
play
they'll-
of pushing
I mean,
mid
they've
when you
saved
see a
it 2
B
times in a
exec?
row. It's going to be an eco looking at the creds.
I don't like that.
Blaze not anywhere
Just
near
from a
close to
viewership
ready for
perspective.
Jeremy.
Anyway,
Goes
this
low.
was
Do they
this
just
was a
go
very
back now that the Blaze
this was a very
Storm's been
cool
used?
idea from Talon, but in reality, the cool idea didn't even matter that much. It was just straight up like
Right off the
they
rip,
just fragged
unless
out
we
through the
have
choke point.
Secret, they make the read. It's going to be a B hit, and I love this. I was
Jesse
about to
Vash,
say,
the
the
second
only other
oldest player
thing
in
they could do, 'cause
VCT,
you
went
can't really
positive
push out
against
from
Primy, while the
is
other
push out
Zoomers
from
went
mid.
negative.
You haven't really taken
Yeah.
control of it, and you're going to go for a
Jesse
Hail
was
Mary
playing
all
really
the
well
way deep.
recently.
You want to go for a fast flank, so they
All
can't
right,
set up the
flash,
post flank on
recon,
B for
dash.
Span.
Oh wow, the recon clears it all, so they know that they can kind of.
Jeremy
start
does
to
not have
set up a bit of
updraft.
that flank too.
All good.
In
He
through
made
the
it to the other
library.
side. Fine, it's
Talon has
fine.
to be prepared for this ban.
B
And at the
exec,
very least,
same
somewhat aware,
recon
has the trip
dart,
set up.
same
While the
pathing
rest
from
of his team
Primy.
starts to
This
push
is
up
just
front.
the
Same
Talon
action.
B exec.
Primy pushes deep into the site. Rolling
Reach
Thunder
ult being used to try to
unleashed,
clear
and
out through
Primy's
some of
on
these
the
choke
hunt.
points.
Talon,
Through
Team
some of
Secret
these
trying to
smokes.
stay in-
These smokes look obnoxious, but one of these is the fucking attacker's smoke. Like this, the one that we're staring at here is Jitboy's smoke. I know that the other one's from 2K, and that seems like it's a good one for Wild Warrior to play around. But why have they smoked this? What is that for?
Primy pushes
A missed one way?
deep into the site.
Would it even be good if it was a one way?
Rolling Thunder
Like if this was on top of the box, is that even that good? Envy could still be hiding inside of it, even if it was a one way. That doesn't seem very good to me. Maybe I'm missing something, but that seems kind of shit.
unleashed, and Primy's on the hunt. Talon.
Yeah, so I don't think that's very good as well from Primy and the rest of the team. They probably should have called to try to re-clear the main smoke in the middle. And Primy's in a spot there where his teammates can't hold heaven for him, so he just gets caught.
Team Secret trying to stay inside of the smokes. Jesse Bash will peek up.
Talon are getting their brains twisted by the smokes on site. Team Secret can keep trying to run that strat. Looks like Talon did not adjust to it in the moment very well.
It's just too much chaos. Talon maybe fighting
Is it
up
better
a
to be
bit more
Team
than
A
they
so the
can
other team's
chew.
forced to ban
I
Abyss?
thought once Ban
I
had the
think that's
flank
actually
taken
Team
care of,
B.
it was gonna be an
Team
easy
B
kill,
bans
but
second.
They don't clear the cam in time, so Primy has to take time breaking it after.
Oh wait, you mean Team A and you ban a map that isn't Abyss? So the other team's forced to ban it? isn't it better to see if they ban Abyss so that you get to see whether you... I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, it's just a big game of chicken whether you go first or whether you go second. It really doesn't make a big difference. Like, if you're down to float it to the second round of bans and just bet that your opponents aren't going to pick it, or you bet that you'll beat them if they do, then I think it doesn't actually matter too much, and it ends up being better to be Team B. Every team already has one perma. Yeah, I mean, most teams do. Not literally every team, but yeah, most teams do. But if you both just ban your permas at the beginning, are most teams going to pick Abyss when it's so random? I don't think that's that likely. And even if they do, you kind of vibing if they pick Abyss because you get to ban one of their other good maps and you get a decent decider most of the time. I don't think it's that. I think most of it is just a game of chicken. I don't think it matters too much whether you're Team A or Team B, basically. Oh my god. Play.
And Primy goes in just a bit too deep. Doesn't account for Jesse Vash. He's too focused on the target CC. And that gives Envy the opportunity to just anchor down, become that turret, and secure a second
Still talking about Valorant? Crazy, isn't it? Normally my VOD reviews are off the rails at this point. Probably because you were there. Alright, Flash, no recon.
They can now push Jeremy forward.
This is one of the first times that we're seeing Talon play for mid control, so this is interesting. This time, Team Secret are going for a knife here, recon dart deep, like really trying to see if anybody's playing over towards the A side of the map. There's nobody caught by that utility, so they start rotating through to help Jesse Vash control mid. So this is a more aggressive defense that's getting good info.
Jeremy posted up towards A main while Talon starting to explore mid in this round.
I don't really see what mid control is giving you here though, from the attack's perspective. Mid just doesn't seem good to control from the attackers,
tucked away, not exposing themselves
except to set up lurks. It's kind of like Icebox, I think.
If they're going to leave it up to Ban to re-clear this, it's going to be dangerous. So they understand that space has already been given.
The defenders have to respect it because you can lurk through. But I don't think you're going to be running like splits.
Still just have to rely on Jeremy still getting a first kill to try to delay on A. You still have to hold these positions because otherwise you're exactly falling into the position that Talon wants. And they're already successful. They've dug deep
walking
into
people
library,
up.
all the way in mid. Oh,
good ult for info. They see people very deep.
That's big information.
I mean, there's no way that Team Secret have a good protocol already for losing mid info like this. They're trying to hold on both sides. That's a good stun. I like that. Oh, Primy didn't commit to it. I think he had that kill if he went for it. Governor should have had that kill. So they are actually trying to run a B split here. It didn't look too bad, to be honest with you. This stun line here from the fault line in B main onto this player is actually really nice. I think they've cooked with that one. Stun all the way through should have set Primy up for the kill onto Wild Oreo, and then you've got Heaven Control and you're pinching. That's a nice round. Okay, maybe B splits are pretty valid if you have an agent that can play B main and put pressure in this spot. Like a Bridge, maybe a Paranoia would even work as well. Like if Jitboys was stood here, could he Paranoia all the way through?
Spotted Wild Oreo with the fault line though, he's been concussed, but now that it's gone, coming back into the fray, managing to get that spray down on towards Governor. Primy answers right back and spots out a couple more. Tries to make use of the smoke. His team has already gotten the spike planted.
And now, surely you want to drop back into passive post plants, don't you?
Anywhere near B heaven up in that tower, so they're trying to re-clear all of it. But 2G,
yeah, I don't like how Primy's playing the post plants here. It's the first thing that I think he's misplaying. Is these B post plants. He's just trying to get a bit too aggressive. If he just played where Jitboys is and the rest of them played more off-site, I think he'd be like baiting people into him and farming. I think Talon are fucking up a map that should have extremely powerful post plants on B.
Envy just setting the half. Now Jesse Vash trying to get one step closer. Operator, it's a big question. Team Secret, are they going to go for the 0 point? And then, yeah, it looks like they're going to set up Jeremy all the way around the box.
Jeremy's going around the map to get the op lineup. That's cool. We didn't get to see that with the POV. But... Alright, Cruz now has Odin, so they're just going to go for the B plant and plant for the Odin. So they have Odin spam, they have Hunter's Fury. They have crazy passive post plant options here.
Primy's wondering, has there been a dig all the way up mid? Not just yet.
There's no map control to fight over here. Like, this is another thing that looks bad in my opinion about Abyss. There's a B exec about to come through, and there was no opportunity for Team Secret to fight over this exec space. There's just... You can't stop Talon from getting into a position where they exec B. The site is just like, yeah, it's just right there. Even on Icebox, you have to take B green control at least. And like, you know, there could be a player yellow or something like that. Here it's just like, whoopsie daisy, stumbled upon the bomb site.
Presence known, camera doesn't spot anything. So
They're worried that there's a stack. But I think there's, on this map it feels like there could be only max 3 people, because you need one watching mid lurk, one watching A, or getting info A.
Taking a lot of time just to
I think it should still be doable to run a 5v3 on B, but we'll see.
Back in towards B.
Now they're just, I mean, they don't have much information elsewhere on the map. The earlier shock dart not breaking any trips. Cruz confirmed that as well. He went for a quick
walking up until they get cam control and then the exec. Yep. Recon's a bit late there, but Primy doing the same pathing that he's done every time. This time, finding value off the back of the recon dart. Good paranoia there. And a better swing from Primy as well. So now, why is Governor playing so far up? They have Sova ult to work off. Governor should already be falling back in this situation, I think. And allowing somebody like Ban to be stepping forwards and taking space. Like, this should be where Governor's playing at the back of the pack. I can appreciate the swing there from Primy trying to get the trade. They can still fall off site here though, I think. Right? Once they get planned down. Okay. They have to plan safe. They're really scared about Envy.
It's a fast take. He goes for the window. He wants to cut them off on the exit. He wants to keep them trying.
All right, so now they don't have their nice. They don't have their nice. Dude, I'll be real with you. I didn't even realize that window existed.
All the way back, Jeremy.
I'll be so fucking real with you right now. Who put that window there? Who put that window there? Never seen that window in my life.
Jeremy unsuspecting. The Odin spamming through. 2G's been spotted. 1v2. Shrouded Step on top. They have an inkling. He can't find a drop. He's now been heard and banned. He's gonna win that fight, and Talon will go up to 5.
Able to nail down that spray. I was gonna say, if Jeremy managed to take
It's strange. Talon have been losing some of the post plants where they've had better plants. This one, the plant itself got pressured really heavily by Envy. He did as well as he could, playing KO in that spot.
Talon manages to work alongside Primy, this time with a lot tighter protocols and teamwork, working alongside.
And then they just defend backside.
Paranoia really saves them a lot more time in fending off Team Secret's
defense does seem very difficult, yeah.
And now Team Secret.
Hello, Miss Smile. Bold Brad Pitt. Are you off the fucking
whatever power they can. Marshall, Bulldog, and Sheriffs. It's going to be another send all the way down mid. The recon going.
Doesn't have the updraft. Didn't buy an updraft.
Back to bit of an eco. They will still try to buy up whatever power they can. Marshall, Bulldog, and Sheriffs. It's going to be another send all the way down mid. The recon going.
Dude. Is this because he's saving for op next round? So he doesn't want to buy util because he is like at the threshold for buying op armor next round or something? Because he doesn't even buy a second cloud burst.
It's gonna be another send all
Watch this.
The recon going all the way deep. Oh no!
Oh bro.
Oh, it's gonna take a little while. It goes quite far, trust me. But he will eventually fall.
That's great casting. That really is great casting.
You can actually just be out of the map, off of the minimap for a very long time if it's on the edge.
Especially if it's a spike.
So he's going to dash updraft there so that he catches a faster timing to follow up on the flash from Envy and the recon dart. If anybody's contesting mid from the attacking side.
But all of that time, Talon.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. Talon's before that kill feed comes
but he doesn't have updraft.
Well, we heard the jet. Where'd he go? You're just waiting. You're like, well, where is he? Like, he's not here.
Okay, so now that Talon realized he fell off the map, they're going to go for an A exec. We haven't really seen them exec A too much. Oh, there's the updraft dash around the corner. Primy not really waiting for the rest of his team to come in. I don't like the way that they're playing A. Stick to the B hits, Talon. I can appreciate the updraft dash idea, but I think, for starters, it's overcooking, because Primy might just get killed in the middle of his updraft. And then, secondly, Primy's not waiting inside of his smoke to time his swing with the other players getting through the choke point. He's just swinging instantly, and then the rest of Talon can't get through the choke. So I think he's just playing the entry kind of wrong on A.
But not the round.
Oh my goodness. Justice was served, but big Talon.
Yeah, the B execs look better than the A execs.
A little bit more urgency towards mid. Team Secret starting to
Jeremy's
defend
1 and
themselves out
7,
2-1-2.
including 1 death
Talon looking
to
to
falling off
execute
the
into B
map.
once more.
Jesse,
What happened to Jeremy's fantastic performance from map 1?
what he's gonna think about doing in mid.
This
with
seems
the
like an
Odin, but
alright
Jeremy,
angle.
He's gonna be going for the initial op shot. Has multiple ways to
spotted
X
them.
out of this. He's waiting for the jump. He still finds the kill, and he gets out safely to his teammates.
Primy
Does
doing
not
the same
back down
pathing
from the
again,
drone.
this time
That's
without
what you wanna see
recon.
from your opper.
Can he get recon now?
Amazing stuff. Nerves of steel.
Governor's not even going
Able
to
to
send it.
land down a shot against Cruz while he was trying to set up a flash for Primy. So
Right,
although
there's
Talon
the
has the site,
recon.
now they're working against numbers disadvantage. Being able to block out the back. Just watching towards Link as well as Tower. Jesse Vash, remember, he has that Odin. He's ready to let it rip.
Yeah, he is weak though, so he's waiting for the full setup. The spam still comes through. It's a weak box right
Yeah,
there. And
they
Primy,
definitely need another layer of utility here to be able to push these players out of this connector. The players in this connector are causing a lot of problems for Talon. When they're trying to plant in that open position, they're worried about people hopping on top of the box, people swinging around it. So that's why Primy was trying to play in this corner previously to control this connector. I think they might want to be saving Jitboy's Paranoia and push onto the site and then use a second wave of utility where they push Paranoia through this angle and take a fight like that in order to get the plant down.
trapped for so long, Team Secret, they knew that there was no further push yet. Jitboys answers back, but Spike still
I think that would be very
not
helpful for
planted.
Primy to play.
Refilling the site. Governor will get 2 with the Guardian.
And now, having said that, they've just kind of slowly pushed up together, playing in the spots that Ban and Governor were in there, and they've done an alright job. And a pivot to the other side of the map for Jitboys to try to win the 1v2. Alright, you gonna win the 2v1?
Set up for Team Secret on this retake.
Oh, Jitboys.
Nice
From
plan for
the
Adam.
shadows all the way to the
It
other
makes it
side
feel
now
like
that
you've planted
he has
for
a
main.
little bit of time to play with. He holds
Perfect
up to words
position
in
actually for
that
Jitboys to
area
realize that
instead.
this is fake.
Might be able
This
to
break
double
of the
back
door in
if
mid.
Team Secret makes a single sound. Envy is down low, so
Because
there is
otherwise,
an
that noise
opportunity
cue.
here. Oh no, Crosshair
Why
plays
does he?
a little bit
Why
off,
does he
though.
try to
Envy
get a
just
kill like
able
that?
to take things slow and steady. Eliminates his
I
opposition
feel like
and
his
gets the spike
positioning
DP.
is so difficult to expect where he is.
Close, but
Because he could be
Talon,
there, he
they
could
had
be
to go for the
main,
Hail
he
Mary
could be
play,
all
left
over the
Ban
place.
all alone. The whole idea there
And he
would have been
chooses to
either
try
more
to
time or
take a
Ban getting
peek
kill.
early?
And unfortunately,
I'm
it does
surprised
not
at that. I
happen.
know he's down a player, but
Great
I
redemption
think
from
he would be
Jeremy,
able to
though, shaking off
bait them
any
onto the
doubt
spike
from
first.
last week. Coming
And
out
then
with
he's
a
got such a nice
confident
position
round
to
on the
like jiggle
operator.
take one. Don't know.
Really showing
I was surprised that he
strength
went for that.
He has now back on it again, and still starting to show different looks that Talon now has to respect. Slowly inching up
What's up,
towards mid. They
Pum?
don't have the best buys. They do have Blade Storm.
DreamHack
How are they gonna make
2016.
this work?
Because of the Blade Storm, Team Secret,
That's
they had a
that's
lot
the
of plans
tournament
to
that
shut
never
things
ended.
down on mid. The Recon Bolt being sent all the way deep, actually.
Thank you, thank you.
That they had the KO ready as well, but now that it's mid, they
I
want to
hope
make
you've
sure
had a
they're not
good
giving up
8
too much
years.
space. It's already been taken by Primy, but can they get out? Envy's ready to
Well.
receive. Invents. It's been
This
shut down.
this
No
A split
Sentinel,
didn't work.
No info. And Talon, they have to rely on the
A has
superstar
been
once again.
entirely
The superstar
unsuccessful
rookies
for
found
Talon,
if he
apart
can't
from
find that shot, it's the
the
knives. You
one
can't
round
spam
where they
through that
managed
one.
to trade people out through the choke in a bit of a
Now the drone
slapdash
as well.
manner as well.
Caught. He's trying to see if there's a swing around it. Doing the best he can. Everything he's learned online, he's trying to bring to life on stage. But it's just too tough.
Did he have hair? I did in 2016, yeah.
Huge kill from Cruz, opens up a little bit more room.
It was short, but I had hair.
Still know where Primy is, though. 30 seconds in the round. And Primy's gonna regroup alongside Cruz to find that entry into the A site. Team Secret have themselves positioned to watch down this little tower position, though. Just firing off a couple of shots, although they don't quite land. They do have Cruz alongside Primy down to pretty low HP.
They have so much. There's only 15 seconds left. I understand that, but Cruz has a breach out that he could use for backside, so that he can relieve some pressure and get the spike down. Like, my dude has breach ult and 2 flashes, and Primy's just like, please, brother, give me any utility to swing off.
Trying to clear. Spike now getting planted. Primy with the rifle. Just
and now they're playing off-site, but again, it feels like Primy hasn't quite got the info that that's what Talon wanted to do. So he's deep on site. He has the Vandal and the Blade Storm. This doesn't look good. Can he pop off?
He hears him up top, but he wants to wait for the smoke. He wants to get the first kill. He eliminates it. Now he's ready for the swing around. He knows there's still one coming in from spawn. He's ready for it. Constantly swinging on the 180.
The second kill is really nice. And that might have just done it, because now they can play with the Rolling Thunder and the Aftershock as well. Oh my god, they killed Jeremy before he got flown up. Jesse's positioning is so weird. Oh my god. Love it. Love the attempt. Love that attempt. Alright, so they get it in the end. That's a big round from Primy.
Online for both sides, but Envy, he's got the null command as well. Once again, bit of a spread out 2-1-2 default from
drone at the very beginning of the round. Normally I would have thought that Jesse would not get very much value from that, but it has halted Primy's scaling a little. They're trying to take A control. I feel like this map is going to be a B-site simulator when good teams play it.
Holds him off for a bit.
A is more difficult to take the exec space. It looks like it's going to have worse post plants. Maybe it's going to have crazy post plants. If you plant on the bridge, maybe those post plants are going to be nuts.
They don't have the best guns, but at the very least they got the Hunter's Fury.
But it looks like it's going to have worse post plants than B.
Makes his presence known, just to instill a bit of paranoia into Team Secret's minds. There's the paranoia.
Stun.
Now Primy dives straight through.
Flash, updraft, dash.
Goes just to try to hold down
interesting smokes to take heaven control. Oh, bad movement from Cruz. Oh, and Shit Boys runs into it as well. Amazing from Primy. This guy's the GOAT. This guy's actually the cloven hoofed wonder. He's leaping around on mountains.
Oh no! The freedom taken away from Primy.
Can Ban win it though?
Alone. 1v2. Recon spots him. Jesse Vash knows where he's at. Ban wants to find the 1v1. He's trying to isolate him.
Oh, nice swing actually. Nice swing from Jesse.
But Wild Oreo will stabilize with the Phantom.
They lost this round. That's a bit tragic. 6-6. It feels weird that Governor came to play with Primy here. This feels like a bit of a throw from Governor, because Primy's killed 2 in this position, and if Governor just plays off in a different spot, they're going to take so long dealing with Primy that you have a really solid post plant with Governor and Ban if they play A main. But I think Governor does a bit of tossing by going up into heaven here.
Holding things down. Teammate now with him. Governor, a bit of a body block. Oh no.
Maybe not. I mean, the post-plant positioning would be good for Governor if they could stay alive up there and just kill Wild Oreo. Maybe I'm hindsight analyzing that a little bit. But because it does seem a little unlucky that they both go down in that situation. It just doesn't seem that safe. Like, you can't back off anywhere when you're in heaven there. I don't know. Maybe it's not that bad.
The freedom taken away from Primy. Ban all alone.
It feels though like it would have been better for Governor to be playing with Ban right here, because they could play both sides of the choke point, set up crossfires with each other.
He's waiting for the swing. He gets one. He's trying to transfer, but Wild Oreo
around the deep. Although Talon
tournaments to but for now,
Position, right?
far main is usually where the defenders
Okay,
fight.
so
Team
how are
Secret's
Team
gonna
Secret
go for
going to
that hard
approach this?
read on the pistol round. They're going to try to counter it with
Are
the
Talon
breach and
pushing
jet
on
combo.
pistol?
Recon bolt at the ready. It's
Yeah,
a
they
timing
are.
fight. Talon staying silent. The recon, but the
That
back
looks
flash
so
is early.
dangerous.
Crew's still there for the cover, but Primy cannot
I
get
respect the
alive. Governor
attempt
still
to
covering for
try to
another
get
trade.
active
Numbers
on
advantage
defense
now for
side,
Talon.
because
Holding on to that sheriff.
it's tough
Smoke's off now.
on this
Blocks
map,
Team
but
Secret's path, at least for the time
that
being,
looks
unless they want to go
really
through
difficult
danger, unless
to
they want
make
to
it
go
work.
through the
Let's no Cruz!
Was that the bullet tag? Was that the bullet tag slowed him down?
go through danger, unless they want to go through.
No, it wasn't. He just beefed the movement.
Let's no Cruz!
Oh, that's
Denies
fucking
entry.
funny.
2GE was not happy about that one.
I thought Team
Wild
Secret
doing
lost every
whatever he
pistol
can
round.
to redeem this round, but it's gonna be Cruz going over, making sure that he can
They
defend
did
the
lose every
spike
pistol
as
round. Okay,
Jim Boys
I
comes and
also thought that
chases
Team
down
Secret
the
won all the
last
rounds that they
kill.
threw themselves off the cliff.
Not
So
like
they did lose
this.
this round after throwing themselves off the
Just
cliff.
with the classic tagging him up as he tried to jump over. And with that, Talon manages to control the site. Cruz getting the right
It looks
reads, the
really
right
tough
plays.
to
Even with the pop
push
flash against
in
Primy,
the
they
way that
managed to stabilize.
Talon
and
did
so far
that.
today,
But,
Talon
but
has been
they
able
somehow
to pick up
recovered.
several pistols.
That was very silly.
They've been very successful, taking all of them. 4 pistols to 0. Served them just well enough and barely getting that 13-11 victory
Same
on
kind
Lotus.
of recon
See if they
that
can
Jesse
close
was
things out
using
a
on
bit
defense.
earlier on Abyss, or if we will be going to Haven
4-1
on the third
defaulting
map.
does seem like a very good idea. That's what Team Secret
Can
are going
spam through
for.
that wall at B as well.
Just because
He's a
mid
fault
seems
line,
good to
maybe go
lurk
for a
through.
peek. They hear the drone coming in. A lot of space already given up, but he sees the legs. That one way
Teleporting
not working out for 2G.
into
He's
your
not having
own
a great
one
time
way
over here
so that
on
your
the B site.
toesies are sticking out.
And now spotted.
Thonker.
Too many members, but Talon Primy does not care. He gets
Nice.
the double. Switching over
Very
to
nice.
the classic.
Stylish.
A triple
Definitely
for
stylish.
Primy. Talon
Eco
leading
farming,
to
but
6.
stylish.
Guy is fearless. Just dives right in alongside the outlaw, knowing it's up against half shields. Without
If
a
2Git
care
was
in the
tagged,
world.
Cruz would have gotten the kill
Still
now.
pinpoint
I assume so, but I
accuracy.
don't know
Yes,
how
the
that
one way
works.
didn't quite work out. So it's going to be that Talon flawless
Going
win.
0 and 4
They
on
can
your
carry these
pistols in
on
your
to the
early game
next
is tragic.
round.
Yeah. But
Team
on
Secret
Lotus,
has to reset
they
the
were going to
scoreline.
win both of the pistols
They're
until
working
Primy
against
popped off.
disadvantages.
So,
Guardians in full.
It's going to be a little rough one.
just
I
actual
gotta
player
say,
skill diff
I
at that
think
point.
Primy's already done his job. He's already proved his value because he has been a core part of winning 8 rounds so far. Either the pistol or the anti-eco or both. He's getting multi-kills. He's leading them to victory to get that lead in every single half that Talon has played today.
Now just locking down mid as well.
The trips that Wild
Not
Oreo
allowing
is
Team
putting
Secret any
down, I
legs
wasn't
in
really
this
paying
race.
attention to the one that Ban used on
Secret
the attack
trying
side.
to
But these
stretch
trips are
over.
so deep in spawn.
But nobody from Talon's
Like,
pushing out just yet.
is
They've
anyone
got that
even-
one-way blocking off
Is anyone
A
literally
main.
ever flanking like that? Aren't they
And now
going through
firing off
mid
those shots
much more
towards the
often
middle.
than they're
Team
going through
Secret
your
going back into investigate.
attacking spawn?
Recon doesn't spot anything though.
Yeah, fast re-clear by Secret. That helps a lot. And Secret is using that deep cam. That's talked
I guess
about.
it's
Gives you
peace
a
of
lot
mind, but
control,
it doesn't seem
allows
that
you
valuable.
to find a timing to dig deep in for the flank if you want. It's a Wild Oreo. He's going to be sticking around that part of the map for as long as possible. The rest of the team
Okay, so going into the B exec.
to execute onto the B site.
What do we
Ball
got
line
here?
at the ready.
Nice
Just
fit
the delay, and
info.
that's a
Cruz
clean
swings
timing
out.
for Cruz, but he
Seems like a
kinda
bad time.
takes too much
Bad
into his
swing
own
from
hands.
Cruz there.
All alone there, no cover.
Completely
Gets taken
alone.
down. Jeremy
Probably
lost a
not
little
going to
bit of
blind
health, but that's
everybody.
all the damage
Probably
they'll
going to be
take. The
facing into a
spam lineup
bajillion
is
people.
ready.
Oh, that's
Talon
nice.
has studied
Good,
this
good
map. You
Guardian
gotta go
spam.
far on the plant.
Yeah,
No
this is why I was
post-plant.
saying previously that I think smoking, instead of smoking this like that, you smoke here. Like, so the attackers can actually post up and control this angle. So if you do something like get to site, smoke here, paranoia or stun this, and then you get people on top of the box or on this box or something like that to control this, I could see that being the meta rather than just smoking this off and allowing spam and people flooding out.
Spams for you. It's going to be all the way on the other side. Ban covers the flank as well. Mid control. Now
Alright, so Wild Oreo's lurk is dead. Oh, here we go. Jesse Vash is going for the lurk now.
So at the same time, 2G puts up the smoke just to give his team a little bit more room to work with. Able to fire off that
teleport
shot
into
Primy,
it.
but then the answer's right
Halt
back
inside
from
the
Jit
smoke.
Boys. Governor along the sides of the round, able to take some
Envy
shots
has
in
no
through even
room to
further.
move
Jesse
because he's
Vash
playing on top of
has to do it all on his own now.
the crack.
Defuse getting stuck halfway. He
And now
spots
it's
on the
not
first
planted
player.
for Jesse.
Spots out Governor's head, but then
What's the
wall, that
logic behind
headshot
going
through
for the mid
ledge.
reflank when it's not planted for you at
Unfortunate
all?
for Jesse Vash.
Yeah, and ample time. They already have the half. They're going to give it over to Governor, keeping him only 2 points away from that Hunter's Fury.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not enjoying watching Abyss.
You know how to deny it.
It ain't
That
cooking.
post plant, you think it's going to be easy?
Maybe I'll like a different team's take on it.
Think again.
But
We're
this
denying that plan for you.
ain't cooking.
And Chip Boy's great kill there. I mean, weaponry, they're always trying to scrape by with whatever they can, and then just staying on half armors to try to make sure they have enough chances. But at this rate, they might run out of chances.
Yeah, it's going to be tough.
Aggression
Just goes in for that fight inside of A
on the
main.
anti-eco, which is a weird time to do
Similar
it.
looks to what we've seen
But this
before.
might just
He's
be
confident on this anti-eco,
trying to condition
picks up his couple,
Team Secret.
and just backs out.
Do it on an anti-eco
Yeah,
round
they might
because
not
you
have
don't
the
really
KO
want to do it
to
on most of the
pop
rounds
flash, but it
because
is
it's
gonna
difficult.
be
But to be
that
honest,
breach
fighting
to help
A like
set up
that is
the
pretty
recon
good.
bolt as well. So early
Like
kills
fighting
for
aggressive
Primy.
A, I think has a lot of value.
And
Fighting
digging
aggressive
deep into
B
mid as
seems
well.
horrible.
Talon, quick adjustments. They recognize Secret. They want to start taking mid control.
But
And
yeah,
now they're keeping
stun,
it for
potential
themselves.
paranoias,
In round
flashes,
16 the
KO
entire
knife, all of
time.
those are going to be
Primy
really
given
powerful
the
over
freedom
towards
to
A.
go on the hunt. He wants it. He's not going to have much health to combat it. That'll be a lesson for you, youngster. But Jesse Vash can't get much more than that. Just one extra kill on
Themselves in the game, hence the time. Well, Primy back-to-back 20-plus kills.
I mean, just insane. If there was ever any doubt, is he going to be comfy on stage or not? I mean, that's gone.
So
It's Dash.
this is quite nice.
It's
Cruz is
evaporated.
making it
He's here
feel
to
like
stay.
Talon are fighting
At VCT
heavy A.
Pacific.
What the hello?
If there was ever any doubt, is he going to be comfy on stage or not? I mean, that's gone. It's Dash.
He's full blind. Envy's full blind from Cruz breach flash and just walks off the map.
It's evaporated.
No? No, he's not. He recovers his vision and then he walks backwards off the map.
Here to stay.
What in the Lord's name is going on there? There's a fucking breach assist. The breach assist self-kill by falling.
At VCT Pacific. Taking
They show it in the replay. Dude, I'd love to see that in the replay. He is getting flash reconned, but like,
well,
brother, what?
he's down there somewhere.
How does he
We're trying
fall
to
off?
look
There's a
for him, but-
fucking railing
I'm
there.
not quite sure.
Why is he jumping
Not quite
over
sure
the
what just
railing?
happened. But it's definitely not good
Envy
news for
got
Team
money on the
Secret, I'll
game?
tell you that.
Governor just trying to make sure that they don't.
What's he doing?
Trying to make their way through the smoke. Perhaps.
Listen, I will say.
What is
Team
going on in
Secret
a Team Secret
can
camp?
do the
What are they
funniest
cooking?
thing. They could be the first team to win with the only team having fall deaths on Abyss. You know, there's 3 fall deaths on this map so
Counter
far.
stun seems
Those all
good.
come from Team Secret.
Aftershock seems good
See
from
if they can
Cruz.
overcome that. It's not a disadvantage you want to start with on this map. It's going to be a hard entry, but the spam, they're going to avoid
Very
it,
whiffy
matrixing
from
their
Ban.
way all the way
30
through.
seconds left.
And Team Secret, they've heard my bet, and they will answer. It's a 4-man push in, Spike planted. They're still holding on. They're ready for the wraparound as well. They hear the doors being broken. And Wild Oreo, he's fast on it. Jesse
Better
Vash
entry from
gonna
Jeremy
position
though,
himself for the Hunter's Fury
compared
as
to
well.
what Primy was doing on the
Trying
A.
to play around A tower. Wild
Jeremy
Oreo
actually making
sneak
space
on
through the choke point
I
that
mean,
the rest of
this
his
is
team
so
can follow
fast,
up on,
as Talon is hard to
and
expect,
timed it
as you think
nicely.
you just
Whereas
took all
Primy
that
was
time
just
to
like,
clear that.
I'm draft dashing into
Good
weird
boys
spots,
trying
and
to clear
the rest of his
recon.
team
That
wasn't
spends
scaling
a
through
lot
the
more
choke.
time away from the smoke he's just set up, and 2GE with a perfect swing. Wild Oreo.
But yeah, Ban
Great
whiffed a bit.
timing as well, and Secret, despite the rough
Blood
start to this
sacrifice
round,
to win the
they will
rounds,
get
yeah.
the 7th round win.
Just
Blood for the blood gods.
blitzing
Show me the
through
replay.
site
How?
after
Why
an
on earth has he
initial fall
jumped
death.
off the side of the map there?
A little bit odd with
Like, he gets flash recon. Okay, I can
Oh,
understand
he was
running.
full flashed.
He still
That
was
is
full
a
flashed when he
mega
jumped off,
feels
but like,
bad
just don't jump, bro.
moment. I
Just
mean,
don't jump.
Because here's the
You're
thing, you
trolling.
imagine, fault line, flash, recon, like they're charging out, I gotta hide. Yeah. That's a tough one.
Just tiny ledges, yeah, because
They picked this map though, so those mistakes are unacceptable at this level. This level is poo. I know that these are playoff teams trying to get to champs, but like, it's a brand new map. This is not good Valorant that we're watching right now. Saying mistakes are unacceptable at this level, like, I think maybe undersells how difficult it is to be good on a map as soon as it's released. It's very tough.
You want to get undercover, right? But you can't see anything. So it's that same fault line again. But now counter hit.
Talon never
the
fell.
0 point.
True, but Talon will
hangs
also
back. Meanwhile, Team
run in
Secret
some
trying to keep an eye towards mid with the
wacky
deep camera again.
Walala kind of rounds into A.
There is a trip to watch any
No,
deep
Team Secret
push
picked
into
Abyss,
top
yeah.
mid here from the Talon
Now,
side band.
why did they
watching
pick
as
it?
well.
Not
do have
exactly
someone
sure.
in a tower.
Because actually
So
Talon look
Governor
like they
will
have
be his
better
job to
ideas.
make
Like
sure that there's
Talon's
no sudden
B exec
push,
looked
no
better.
pinch
Talon's
onto
B
A site.
post plants when they ran it and ended up looking better.
Cruz waiting for the
And
fault
also
line to come
Talon
back up,
are
see if he
actually
can ruin the
trying
entry.
to fight aggro
He will
A
have a
main,
timing.
which
It's
I
gonna be
think
coming
is
up
going to be
soon.
good on this map. Secret look
Chip
like,
Boys keeping mid smoke
apart
off.
from their A push, everything else looks worse from Team Secret.
Diving through, managing to catch Cruz.
And the spam. They've
But
heard
this A
Governor.
exec
He has
does
to
look
back
alright.
out. Can't spam through that wall. Out of the many walls you can spam through on this map. But here, the drone gonna be broken. Get some decent information. Keeps them
The
at
idea of
bay.
playing
So
defense
Talon,
on
they have an
Abyss
opportunity. They've got two on the
looks,
flank as well, and they get
I mean,
Oreo.
like dragging
so
your
now the
balls
pinch
through
begins.
broken
Two
glass.
members drawn out of the site. It's now the timing for the Sova
It
and the Cyber
just
get through.
looks
Paranoid
terrible.
To push 2GE back. It goes all the way. Site now opened up. And Jim Boys and Primy, they are doing their job to the darkness. Primy's still alive in the cloudburst. They cleaned him up. But now the spy camp set up. And the cyber cage
Envy has nade for this?
done.
Did he
Draws
miss
out the
that?
fragment.
No,
Talon,
surely not.
Still some time to work with.
No, he didn't. He
Trying to
didn't.
start it, Governor. He's
Oh,
trying to
oh.
beat the shield, but doesn't quite get
Nice
it. The
body
half's
block.
already done. He's done his job. They don't
The
suspect
teams
it.
know what
Ban
other
even
teams
wraps up the
scrim as
kills.
much as teams did in
Clutch
Owl.
for
You mean
Ban
like team
as
comps?
Talon now
I mean,
2
Frost has talked
rounds
about it.
away
About the
from
like
making it
Korean
to
teams sharing
champion
info with each other, but
Just playing for the
that was the
team
thing in
when it
Overwatch
looks
as
so
well.
Lost. You know, Primy even just
But
trying
also
to stay
plenty
alive
of people
inside that
shared
smoke.
info
The
in
shots
Overwatch. I don't know
through
what other
the
people do in
cyber
Valorant
cage.
really.
You see that? Oh my gosh, you see that reaction?
I don't.
I mean, you saw him on the cam. His eyes are on the meter. As soon as it ends, he just swings around. Talon, they're here. They're here to win it. And here's the thing. I mean, I always said that this is a team that they're their worst enemy. They trip over themselves, no matter the cause. And today, sure, 1 or 2 rounds.
2
of
rounds
overheating,
away
but
though
outside of
from
that,
being able to convert.
they've been very disciplined.
So one of the things that we haven't seen very much, Talon have been trying to do this defensive setup over towards B a lot. And we just haven't seen Team Secret go into it. But I am intrigued as to what this defensive setup looks like. Because Jibboys is posted on a spot where he can like jiggle peek. So he's getting info above any smokes that are being thrown here. He can spot, but I don't really understand what Primy's going to do in this situation. Because surely you're not jumping over the gap and trying to kill people. So I assume Primy's just waiting for people to run into him. And then if they go through the bridge, Primy's behind them. I assume that that's what their game plan is, but I don't really know. I mean, maybe if he was playing purely with knives, he could do some fucking nuts shit where he like drops off the map and then updrafts into them, or just, you know, some brain breaking stuff. But he's been doing it in a lot of rounds.
Aftershock, just to deny any
Can
fast
you make
push
your
off
mic
of that
louder?
drone. They're
No.
trying to pretend that
My
it's
wife's
not a
asleep
Cypher setup, but
3
Jesse
feet
Bash, he's
away
not
from
going to
me.
buy it. Doesn't quite break the trip just yet. Jeremy going to try to go through. He spots one. And the no command will keep everyone else at bay from Talon.
And it's
Very
turned up to
least,
max.
They managed to sneak themselves firmly into
I mean,
the
I'm not going to
site.
speak any louder, and it's
Talon
already on
trying
max
to make
volume.
their way through security.
I understand, of
They're
course, that
kinda
turning my
getting blocked off
microphone
as well, so
volume up
trying to
doesn't
go
affect my
through
wife.
heaven as well. Jeremy's just trying to stick around the corner, making some noise around those.
She just rolled over and said, I appreciate that. Now, I thought she was asleep.
Been trying real hard.
You've been trying? Okay, I'll be done in like 3 minutes. Sorry, love.
Those ropes. He's got 2 blades left, but now fully paranoid. The Hunter's Fury unleashed. Jesse Vash tries to hold down the angle. Jeremy unfortunately whiffs the blades and
pretty good post-plant aggression here, I think, from Team Secret. Nice attempt to punish what Talon were doing. I've liked the way the Team Secret are approaching the A side. I think it's good.
But the time not in his favor.
Jeremy's playing the entry pretty well. The rest of the team are following up quite nicely. And then they're playing like solid post plants, generally speaking.
Doesn't want to see him fight it. He'd rather keep the weapon. He'd rather make sure that they don't get the extra
points. Is it not 3 minutes? Talon won like 13-10 or something? 13-11.
As of course, these teams, they're going to be the mid push out play. But Talon,
show me the B hit. I want to see what Primy does. Oh, this time Primy does just have knives. So this time Primy can go for some bonkers shit. Like, Primy could jump off the map. Primy could updraft into them. He could do crazy shit if they come B. And this time they're playing off cam contact instead of the Omen contact.
There's a lot of options here for Talon. I mean, this is going to be a hard one to read and figure out for Team Secret.
Yeah, they know the blades are somewhere, but they won't have any idea that he's just up on that ledge.
Slightly later drone timing from Governor.
Clear of mid as well, so you know somebody's watching it. But Jeremy,
all right, show me what he's up to
here. Waiting. The cam's going to be the first point of contact. Looking at the height of it, you know that it was used very early. The drone is just going to go.
I'm not sure you got an angle on the drone player.
They don't suspect it at all, and it's a timing play from Primy. He's a little early on it. Only gets one.
The dash goes into the pillar.
Trying to make sure he can be the anchor, but now Talon
yeah, I was intrigued to see what Primy was going to do there. I think he went too early, but he was worried about the drone clearing him. So I can understand why he took the timing that he did.
He's heard it. The pings come out. So Team Secret, they're now aware of it, and Talon, they're just going to back off. They're just going to go for the save.
Oh, well, that's sad. I thought Talon were going to go for that.
This could be one of...
At some point, sneaky spots and places...
Yeah, he's supposed to dash back onto the ledge, but if you think about it, when you hold A and you dash, you have to, in order to hit that ledge, you either have to be taking the fight, like you have to updraft and press S as you do it, so that you swing out, and then you dash back a little forwards because you're tilted, or when you dash, you have to be looking perfectly perpendicular in order to not hit the pillar again. So I think when he's taking the fight, he needs to be taking like a step backwards as he updrafts so that he has enough space to be able to left dash back to the ledge. And I don't think he quite thought about that when he was taking the fight. You see, he's just too far forward there.
Backs are against the wall, working together as a team, just having too many targets for Primy to even hit. And with that, Jeremy finding that heads-up frag against Ban as well. Just turn things around.
And he whiffed a little bit as well, but
Talon,
you know, he's not always going to hit every shot. Got to have an escape mechanism.
If they can try to eke out just that match
no aggressive control here, although I say that and they were looking to try to push through mid.
Talon has to back out.
Governor almost got bullet tagged into falling there. Look at this.
But the Cypher Cam, it's going to deny the dash forward.
He jumps away. He gets hit by a bullet, which slows you in midair.
Primy, Talon has to back out.
There was maybe a chance there that could have gotten a little silly.
Go for a slow re-clear of mid, both the high and low ground.
He had too much momentum to get fully stopped, but I'm sure we'll see that at some point on this map. Some kind of jump peak or jump across or something where bullet tag forces people to drop into the pit.
He's got the fault line and he's trying to slow them down if they do decide to make the same execute.
Why did the Filipinos lose? Unfortunately, they signed the Thai god Primy on the other side.
Dangerous position, but waiting.
And Secret had weird map picks, and they lost 4 pistols, but 2 of those were to Primy.
The slow is there, but
should have been able to get that kill.
He's trying to swing back
that's a bit of a whiff.
Ready for it. He's got the crosshairs lined up, 30 HP. Spike trying to get in. They're just going to go for a safe plant. Secret knows that Talon have the spam, and they actually bait them in.
This round should have been so different. This round should have actually been so different.
Now Primy's ready.
Primy should have been able to get this kill on Jeremy, no problem. Dash out and then re-peek potentially to catch onto Envy as he's scaling. Unfortunate, because if Primy gets that kill,
Ready for it. The slow is there, but he doesn't.
and then when he re-peeks here, he's not peeking into Jeremy. It's a nice shot as well when Jeremy's stunned, but this round should have gone quite differently.
Get the kill. He's trying to swing back out, but Jeremy's ready for it. He's got the crosshairs lined up. 30 HP. Spike trying to get in. They're just going to go for a safe plant. Secret knows the Talon have the spam, and they actually bait them in.
If Zen wasn't supposed to flank, they would have given him footsteps.
Captain James T. King.
When do I get to use my seniors
Now
discount?
only 1 point away. And Secret lock
When
in the
you're
pulse
older
are
than me,
flawless.
I think.
they broken
No,
the
actually, you get to use a senior's discount when you're older than I look.
bank yet? That's what I'm curious about. It seems as though they
I'm not going to
almost
ask you who
did.
your favorite bald man
It's going
is,
to have
Sylph.
to be somewhat of a half.
Thank you for the
Talon
resub.
Next round.
Appreciate
Just
it.
when they're about to reach match point as well.
I'm already older
Team
than you? Yeah,
Secret
but not older than I
starting to
look.
turn things
No
around.
shot.
Full team.
And one of the things that Secret has done,
What are you,
both
on your
Lotus
deathbed?
and here on Abyss, is that they've recognized
Okay,
the
this time
tendencies
Talon
of
getting their
Primy
push down mid.
very quickly.
They've wanted to do this
They
for quite a
recognize that
while.
he will stay for
They
the
just
fight,
keep getting
that he'll
caught by
dig
this over
deep to try to create
utility.
space.
So this is
That
different.
he's one of those players that
Ooh,
tries
this
to
is
win
cool.
the round by creating
I like
space,
this.
by getting frags just like
Nice.
this. As he digs all the way down mid. Lurker
Is
now
the
gone.
dash away
Jeremy's stranded on a site. The smoke will cover him just
instantly
long enough. Now
that
Jeremy
good of an
trying to do the
idea?
same. He
I
has
don't
to
know.
force his way all the way through.
I don't suppose it
Paranoia
particularly
to buy
matters,
more
but
time.
there could be
The
somebody
drone
on
gets
the angle
the
that he dashed
ping
into.
onto Jesse Vash.
Don't think it
He's
matters
stuck
that much,
there,
though.
Ban gets a nice kill with the sheriff.
Alright, they're
Chaos
trying to get back in
ensuing
here.
on the side of Team
Throwing in
Secret,
tons of
tries to
breach
back
utility.
out. Just a
Paranoia
three-man
used
hold
as well.
against five. Vash
Cypher
been
catches him in the
spotted.
corner.
Governor gets the kill. One away from the match point. The fragment thrown early, and it's all up to Envy.
There's
Trying
just
to hold on. He
there's
gets
not
pushed out.
enough
The ball flash. He's not able to get the
time
kill
pressure
quick
here
enough.
for Envy to win
And
this one.
Talon will recover. Now getting to
Yeah,
match
they got
point.
they
One
got thrifted
round.
because they pulled off this push down mid. So actually mid is getting more value in this match than I thought it would, which is kind of cool. I mean, I'm still not liking how B works, but the fights over A main have been kind of interesting. The split through to B was good, and the like walk pushes down mid have been all right.
Round away
I kind of
from
like that round
qualifying
from
to
Talon.
champions.
Talon have definitely been
Barely
making better use
it
of mid
through.
than
All
Team
they need
Secret
is
have.
one more round, and they did it on a terrific corner. The smelling victory just right around the edges.
Yeah, I mean, Talon, here's the thing is that probably a lot of teams have practiced similar set plays, right? And Talon used that against Secret. They send the recon, but no noise from the jet. Just a slow creep in. And now again, pressure on mid. You know that it's going to tie them up.
Recon broken a little
They
late
don't know
there
if
from
the
Governor,
jet creep through or
but
not. Now Spy
Team
Cam is
Secret
set up, it's
should
not
be
broken.
thinking
It
about
does come
mid.
out from Talon,
This is
though.
a nice. This looks like a nice camera. So the cam is behind. It's not high up on the wall. I assume it's kind of low down behind this box, which means that it's much more difficult for the defenders to break, and it's going to be giving constant info whenever you tap it as to whether somebody's pushed. So that's a nice idea from Wild Oreo.
Talon's aware of the setup. They know that Secret could already be on the move.
Just kind of watching
Cruz
for
with
it. Team
breach ult to
Secret
work with in this round.
slowly creeping around, waiting
Getting
for
the
the
rotate
smokes to
over
go
towards
away.
A because they've seen a little bit of
Talon
utility
not
there.
giving up a single peep.
Governor can go for a
At some
redrone of
point,
mid.
call
Yo, Natito. What's up? Thank you for the raid. I'm about to turn my stream off, but appreciate it. Hello.
It's gonna have to be to peek through, but Talon has everything set up. Cruz ready with that fault line or flashes. Primy just alongside him to assist. Hunter's free though.
There's a tag. Not
What's going on with
Ready
this? They're
with
just
that fault
trying to
line or
work a pick.
flashes.
This is just
Primy
off the
just
drone.
Alongside him to assist.
Huh.
Hunter's free though.
Okay.
There's a tag. Not quite finding the shot, so no kills are going to happen.
Oh,
He does
they get a
get
little
the
bit of
tag
damage
onto
onto Governor there,
now taking
and they're
down
going to
the
try to
half
turn
health.
this into an exec.
There's a 0 point. Ban.
Wigging
One
it
gets
on the
spotted.
fly.
There's
Nice
a
flash.
good pop
Like
flash
that.
for Jeremy to utilize.
Yeah, I really feel like Team
Space
Secret are doing a
taken
good
too
job with
far
these
to
A
deny this
execs.
plant with the rolling
Better A
thunder.
execs than Talon,
And Talon
worse
with an
everything
immediate
else.
call. Just go for the save.
Once again,
Raid from Thailand? Oh,
keeping
and
up
we're
their
watching the
bank.
Thai
They
master
still have
at
enough
work.
credits, but at the very least, not wanting to give away too
The
much.
young
to Team
Thai
Secret.
prodigy.
Jeremy close to his blades. At the same time, though,
Welcome in,
this
Natito
sight
viewers.
hit really just comes through.
Governor, he's gonna try to make Hunter's Fury.
I don't think.
Because they can still buy for one. They gotta stop giving kills over to Governor. Talon just need one more round.
Scanning ahead.
Envy stuck there. He's been spotted. The jump spot. They think it's a retake. That's why they're fighting.
To be honest with you, if the rest of the team had gone with Governor, then maybe they could have won that one. But you know, it makes sense for them to try
Wanting
to
push into overtime.
just play for having a
got
full
their
buy in the
ultimates.
final round. It was the
push
sensible
out.
decision
It's
from
gonna be
Talon.
instant. You
They're gonna breach all off the rip. Okay.
Use this here because then
This
you get
is
the orb. If
really
there's nobody
aggressive.
here, and you'll have
Talon
the
are
Hunter's
fighting
Fury
over A
or
main
the
much
retake
more
for the
than Team
defense.
Secret
Now,
did.
Secret, they hear
This
they're gonna
forces
try to be
people
a
into
fast
B.
push.
One of the trips is broken immediately. Two of the trips are broken. Both of the trips are broken instantly. G-Boys wants to hold on to this position. He does get the win.
And now you can exit. There is a no command, but there is
They
Hunter's Fury.
stop the plant from
Used
going
to
through,
deny it. 2J
and
dies,
they
and the
kill
spike
2J.
is dropped in the middle of the site.
I have the spike.
Enough time for Talon to
Yeah,
get ready
teams
for
have
the flood
really
in.
got to focus on controlling this area that Envy's pointing at the moment, because the defenders are doing so much value work from there, like lurking out into the backside, using things for cover, spamming through the box onto the plant positions. You need to control that somehow.
No command already activated. Secret does not have much more time. Primy waiting for the angle. Envy denies it. Pop flash at the ready. He's trying to push through. Wild Oreo by his side. And Jet Boys trying to pitch onto it.
They lost heaven
Envy, he's
control.
been stranded.
Envy got
Just
stuck.
the IGL.
Needed to force it in.
Uncle Jesse
Only
then,
Jesse
can you
left.
bring the team?
And Talon
No, you will
gets
be
through.
denied, and it will indeed be.
Yeah, to be honest, Primy looking much more impressive on Clove on Lotus, despite the fact that Primy also had extraordinarily good stats on Abyss here. Like, you know, 332 ACS, 28 kills, you know, all of that jazz, first kills as well. But I didn't really like the way that Primy was playing post plants on B. I didn't like the way that Primy was entering on A. And I didn't really think Primy executed the defense on B particularly well either. Whereas on Lotus, I feel like he just played a very good game. There was almost nothing that he did wrong on Lotus. Maybe it's just the difference between being in the duelist position and having more responsibility to like path super correctly and play off utility really, really well. Like a lot of the duelists are whipped as fuck when it comes to the pro teams. You know, clearly by the stats, still had large impact, but I think the impact was actually bigger on Lotus. And on Abyss, he's fragging, yes, which ended up having, you know, obviously he's got like nearly double the frags of the next person, so he's doing all right, but there's a lot to improve on with his jet play, which is kind of scary, because if he's dropping 28 kills, 300 ACS whilst playing a little suboptimally on jet, if they give him some pointers and they put him in, you know, better spots like they were on the B execute, he's gonna be feasting. That's a filthy idea. So yeah, crazy stuff. So tonight Talon are playing against DRX. That's gonna be awesome to watch. I hope Icebox gets picked so that we can see Primy playing against Flashback on Clove. I'd love to see Lotus getting picked as well, because I think the comp itself was not that good from Talon, and I think DRX would have good chances of picking that to pieces. And generally speaking, I think DRX have got better shooters than Talon have, so it'll be interesting to see how Primy does going up against genuinely really talented fraggers. Now, not the level of like Genji Paper X fraggers, but still really solid aimers. So that's gonna be a sick game. I'm not gonna watch it. Paper X Genji is also obviously fantastic. We're gonna find somebody to raid, and I'm gonna go to bed and stop bothering the fuck out of my wife, because I'm gonna be sleeping on the couch. I don't even have a couch. I'm in a hotel room, but I'm gonna be sleeping on the couch if I keep talking. So, mum's the word, and you can all. Is Sliggy not online yet? I said this was a Sliggy waiting room, and he hasn't even started his fucking stream. Okay, I don't even know who to send you to then. Who do we send you to? If it's not the Sliggy waiting room, what waiting room? What waiting room is it? Boostio? Okay, let's go. Boostio stream. Is he co-streaming? Sliggy comes on like 5-10 minutes before the game starts. I couldn't hold on. Alright, I'm going to send you to Boostio, and then, you know, you can feel free to leave Boostio and go and join Sliggy when the game begins, or maybe Boostio will co-stream it or something. Alright, bye!